A big thank you to Stunlock Studios for sponsoring this adventure. Once upon a time, vampires ruled this mystical land until mankind decided to fight back with great force and drove them all out. However, they have been lying in wait for the right moment to rise once more.
No, not the fire guy, no. Oh my god. Oh no!
With the game's full release and me being completely new to it, I intend to experience as much of this game as I possibly can within 100 days, while playing with vanilla rates and also seeing how far I can rise up the bossing ladder with Dracula himself being at the tippy top. Hey my lovelies, I am your humble ringmaster Crowmeda, and say it with me now, let the show begin! Now when it comes to making my vampire, of course I want to make it as close to the Crowmeda model as possible, so in that fashion I made the skin pale white because, well, your boy doesn't get no sun, and while making my character I found the perfect set of chompers.
This is the one! We found it!
At last, a breath of fresh air as I awaken from my coffin, learning the movement to best perform my hunts. The objective given at first is to leave the crypt and to collect some bones. Before I left, I managed to collect some stones and wood by impersonating Link and destroyed every single urn and box that I could find. These basic resources are sure to come in handy somewhere along the line. As we leave the cave, we enter a dreary mountainside with more ruins in the distance to be uncovered, discovering some rather long-necked skeletons on the way that I smashed with my bare hands and collected those sweet bones needed for my objective. From collecting these bones, I managed to unlock some recipes to be used for my advancement. With the bones, I craft myself a basic bone sword for added attack power. Picked up a rat, shoved it into my pocket, thank you very much, and entered the ruin. I used the newly crafted sword to defeat more skeletons, and with these skeletons defeated, I am now able to craft the bone ring, which will increase my spell power. With this objective completed, I gained a new perk, which gives me my first spell, which appears to be Shadow Bolt. Seems pretty strong in these beginning levels. Rats appear to be consumables, giving me blood, which is in the blood pool located in the middle of the screen. Shortly after, I unlocked a new spell slot and learned that I have a counter ability. Day 2 came around quickly as Day 1 happened in the middle of its own day cycle. Here I learned to block attacks using Blood Rite and must find my way out of this graveyard while avoiding the sun. I loot tombs for basic resources as I plan to build a base once out of this forsaken cemetery. It was simple enough to find the exit of the graveyard, and as I wanted to leave, I had a map pop up where I could choose where to spawn, and I went with the West Farbane Woods, and it appears to be a lush forest. Here's where I claim a crafting recipe for bone clothing, because I shall be wearing my current enemies. I craft a chest guard and leggings to gear myself up in rather questionable ways, wearing a ribcage on a ribcage. One noteworthy thing is that when I walk into the sun, I don't sparkle and glitter, rather sparks emanate from my body, so let's avoid the sun as long as we can. My objective at this time is rugged hide, so I can make some gloves and boots. To get the hide, I must explore the woods, so I cross a bridge and find myself immediately fighting a wolf. As it dies, the sun sets, allowing me more freedom of movement at last. And here's where I discover a waygate which holds a portal with 3 gargoyles all around it. Seems like I can teleport from place to place. Killing another wolf, I now have enough hide to make the boots and guards, so now I am fully decked in my own enemy's remains. I unlock the next objective, which gives me the ability to make new bone weapons, of which I choose to craft dual bone axes. I also seem to be picking up tainted hearts from the wolves that I have been slaying. With another wolf taken out, I crafted the bone mace, which surprisingly is incredibly massive. This also allowed me to claim the next mission reward, which unlocks the vermin salve. Seems like a healing cream. I also figured out that the weapons that you wield are used for gathering resources, and they gather more or less depending on what you're trying to get per weapon. Day 3 began by making some of the before-mentioned vermin salve. It appears to be a basic healing item that will heal me for 25% of my HP over time. And as for my next objective, it involves gathering, so I took some time to chop down some trees and smash some boulders to smithereens. From here, I must find and weaken living creatures enough that I can feed and drain them of their sweet life essence. I discovered that killing a deer automatically harvests the blood essence that I need. This hunting landed me next to some blood roses. Seems like some plants can be gathered here and there for some useful crafting later on. Although it doesn't seem that all plants will go out that easily, as a man trap ends up surprising me, and I quickly discover that I need to skedaddle. I just barely managed to escape with my life. Although thanks to the vermin salve that I had made, I managed to heal on up from that vicious attack. I just gotta say, I already had planned to make a vrising 100 Days this year. It was locked in for December when Stunlock Studios came by and were like, hey, the game is having its full release. Wanna play? And you bet your sweet Bippy I couldn't pass down the chance, and thus, this sponsored adventure was born! I wholeheartedly can recommend this game since I was just giddy with excitement every single morning to keep playing. I mean, with the full release, they have added a ton of more content like Ruins of Mortium, Conflict Zones, Cargo Travelers, World Improvements, Dracula himself as the climax, more bosses, better magic, more gear, even multiple game modes. Even though I'm doing my run PvE style, this game has major focus on PvP as well, so there's something for everybody. So be sure to get your hands on the game with the link in the description and invite your friends. Now, where were we? I also managed to confirm a suspicion that I had at this here graveyard, that undead creatures do not give me blood, they need to be living beings it seems. I continued to kill more deer and uncover a special kind of ore that I can't harvest just yet. Seems like I need a better tier of weapon. Kinda reminds me of copper. I engage in combat with another wolf and decide to suck its blood dry as it's still alive, but immediately have to dodge to escape from the sun. In the safety of the shade from the trees, I take some time to read about the blood pool and quality. Seems based on the quality of the creature, the better the blood can be is what I assumed at the moment. More importantly though, I got to claim my next objective reward and unlocked a castle heart. By pressing M, I am now able to see buildable areas around the map. I believe the castle heart is used to claim the land. It takes some time to figure out how to toggle into the build menu, which will allow me to build my future manor. So as it stands, my current objective is to survive the daytime by not burning to death while seeking out a good base location. While exploring, I came across some poachers hunting in the woods, and I accidentally came across their camp. To defend myself, I fed off of a poacher or two. I mean, this is most likely my fault. I scared them by trying to avoid the sun and walked right in front of them. Once it's night, I think I will pay them a visit and clear the rest out. I noticed some fort-like symbols on my HUD, most likely building locations, and then walked right into bear territory as the moon began to rise. I then discovered the bears are too much for me, and found myself skedaddling away once again. I appear to be walking deeper and deeper into higher level enemies, so it is time to backtrack a little bit. Under the moonlit sky, I attacked the remaining poachers at their camp, slaughtering them as I promised I would. In the wake of their slaughter, I found out that I got my hands on a rather hefty boy, a nice looking crossbow right there. From the loot in the camp, I steal their thread, paper, clay, and copper. Coins, they're not going to need all this anymore after all. I noticed my blood type changed as I fed off of a human. Looking at the blood pool, I found that earlier when I drank off of a wolf, I had a paw symbol, and now that I have a worker's blood, seems like based on what I consume, I get more or less perks based on the source and its quality. On day 4, at the stroke of midnight, I discover a building area. I begin to explore to see if it's safe. A bear appears to inhabit this area, so using my new crossbow, I take on this bear. It has massive ground-shattering attacks, but with my crossbow I managed to defeat this bear and continue to explore the land that is likely to become my territory. I discover an alpha white wolf nearby though. It seems to be a kind of boss, and a treant is fighting it. I figure being part of this combat will give me a massive reward, so I waste no time attacking the alpha wolf with my crossbow. It is a crazy battle, and I quickly discover that I need to go, but curiosity just got the better of me.
Ow! I basically am dead. I'm basically dead. The treant's coming for me! Ah! No, 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 no. The thing is, the wolf is dead. I want to see if it dropped anything. I don't have any vermin's health. Hold to extract blood from the alpha white wolf. Oh no, the treant's gonna kill me. Oh! Oh! Yo! Alpha white wolf. New blood unlocked. Okay, I cannot kill the treant, so I'm going to actually tuck my tail and run because I'm too excited after what happened. New shapeshift unlocked. Use vampire powers wheel for shapeshifting.
Well, I risked the biscuit a little bit too hard there, but it paid off incredibly well as I discovered that this has given me the ability to transform into a massive wolf. As I make my way back to the building area, I wonder what other abilities will I be able to unlock from sucking the blood of other bosses. I claim this territory by placing my first castle heart, and by the looks of things, I need to collect blood to fill it up in order to get the base up and running. With what I have on me, I fill the heart and discover that it will be maintained for 11 hours. Having completed that, I am now able to build foundations and walls. From there, I place down some foundations just as the sun begins to rise, so I immediately set up some walls as well in hopes to get some shade. Having built these, I unlock shelter and storage. A coffin turns to be a respawn location. This is perfect in case I bite the dust. I follow this up by placing a mist device. What this does is I put bones in it to burn, and it casts a nice shade over an area protecting me from the sun. After this, I place down a chest for storage. Now that I built this chest, I unlocked an Altar of Recollection, which allows me to respec spell books, so it seems like there's a lot of magic that I'm going to uncover. I also learned a simple workbench and many resource refineries. I also got an exterior growing plot out of this claim. I spent a portion of the daytime clearing out the area, which in turn will give me just a couple of resources to get a little bit of a basic base going. Now that the area is cleared out, I was able to put down more foundations and walls. As I finish the final wall for this time being, the sun begins to set, allowing me to move around freely under a moonlit sky as I begin to gather a ton of stone. Once I had my fill, I was able to place a sawmill near the river that my territory has. At the sawmill, I set planks to be produced passively for future building projects. While waiting for the planks to be produced, and knowing that I need essence, choose to hunt down some local animals. Just as the clock hits midnight, I killed my first moose. Starting off day 5, I grabbed some planks and sawdust from the sawmill. With this, it is time to build myself that simple workbench that I had mentioned before. Here I am able to make reinforced weapons and armor, and as time goes on, better tiered weapons and armor as well. After glancing over the new items that I can craft, I decided to make myself a reinforced bone mace along with a blood bone ring. I then upgraded all of my armor to plated bone armor. Starting to look rather dashing if I do say so myself. With these new items, my gear level increased to level 20, which appears to be your power level. Reaching this level, I am now able to claim my next reward, which is V-Blood Tracking. Pressing K allows me to pop up a map of powerful creatures to hunt down. These are most likely bosses, like the Alpha White Wolf that I killed. These will give me special perks upon hunting them down successfully. I begin to track Keely the Frost Archer, and a red aura line seems to lead me towards this boss. My next unlock was Mirrors, which appears to be used to allow you to customize your vampire. The sun begins to rise, and I fear for my life to be turned into a piece of bacon, so I better watch my step. I see a rather large spider that is much higher level than me, so I'm going to be careful with the fights that I pick moving forward. The reinforced bone mace allows me to now harvest the copper that I was not able to harvest before, but it's not strong enough to harvest sulfur. The daytime was spent efficiently by gathering as much stone as I possibly could, which was great as it allowed me to place my first furnace near the sawmill. Placing copper ore into this furnace passively produces copper ingots. I proceed to get more wood into the sawmill, keeping the production of planks going. Night begins to fall, meaning I can now head out on a wider exploration. I discovered some fire blossoms and then continue to harvest more copper, as this will be needed to proceed to the next tier of gear. As I look for copper, I accidentally stumble upon a bandit armory, but the place was filled to the brim with bandits, so I'd rather not engage until I get some copper gear made. Right before midnight, I almost stumbled into a bandit mining operation, and at midnight precisely, managed to make it back to base and get all of the copper into the furnace to make those much desired copper ingots. On day 6, I begin the makings of a blood press. This will be used to make essence and other items by putting living organisms inside. It's a little bit brutal to think about, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. I need to wait quite a bit for the production line to make enough resources, so I decide to use this time to head on out to find Keely the Frost Archer and hunt down anything that breathes for that sweet, sweet blood. And you already know I'm gonna loot any loot pile that I find. Whoa, whoa! That is a stone golem. Hold that scared the bejeebies out of me. Well, after that engagement, I find myself being attacked by an angry moose. Maybe the friend of that moose that I killed last night. A new plant that I found as I was hunting in the darkness was some snowflowers. I'm really starting to wonder what all these plants are for. I found a little bit of high ground where I managed to harvest more copper, and then attacked a sleeping bear. Without getting hit, managed to slay the beast. I'm getting really good at using this crossbow, I think. And then moved on to feed off of some wolves. This helped me fill my blood pool completely. The sun begins to rise as I harvest more copper, and I just barely survived a bear attack right after. But I need to focus. Keely the Frost Archer is registered as being very, very far away. I have no clue where this enemy is. It could be multiple days away, or very, very far away could mean like literally around the corner. I have no reference point. So I need to make haste as I want to fight it as soon as possible. Traveling during the day is an adventure in its own right, just trying to stay alive. Surprisingly, it did not take very long for Keely to be registered as nearby, so I slashed through packs of wolves and other scout archers on my way, until I got pounced by some thieves that put up a really good fight, actually stunning me for a couple moments there. I do end up taking them out, but these encounters have lowered my health quite a bit, and I choose before facing Keely that I will make some vermin salve to heal up. As I'm healing as the sun sets, I know that the fight is imminent. I don't want to fight a boss during daytime. Also, found a really nice area for a future main base that is next to a merchant outpost, but our neighbor is a little questionable.
What the heck is that? It is a massive hulk of skeletons and trash. Noted.
Keely the Frost Archer is now marked as close, and most likely in a poacher's camp, so I got to work taking them out one by one. However, the warriors here are very difficult to deal with, and I find myself having to back off. So far, the toughest NPC to deal with is this one right here. I did, however, note that NPCs do not seem to recharge their health, although they do respawn. With enough patience, my adversaries were taken out one by one, and got back to work taking out those poachers. The front guards were taken out in a flash, and I moved inwards to the encampment, and discover that this place is massive. I sneak my way on in all tippy-toe-like, taking items from chests, but discover that my inventory is filled. I ditch the unneeded items in my inventory, taking with me only what seems to be the most useful items. However, this made me back off for a moment, as if I'm going to engage in a large-scale battle here against Keely, I don't want to lose out on loot. So I went back to that territory that looked like a good base location where that questionable neighbor is, and you know what? We're gonna adopt this dude as a pet. His name henceforth shall be Flea. This location has now become my forward operating base. I did have a few mishaps with the castle heart, having to take it down as I placed it down incorrectly, and this made me have to get more essence to make a new one, but I just savagely obliterated a group of poachers, getting the essence from them that I needed, taking down the last one at the rising of the sun. Managed to get reinforced bone axes from this engagement as well, which is great since it's better than the ones that I have on me right now. Once I was done snooping around poacher camps as they shooed me off, I began to collect my stone, having used a lot with that castle heart. I know you can get some resources back from eliminating some structures, but I didn't notice getting any back from that castle heart. This is also when I realized that looking at the map is incredibly dangerous, as I almost burnt into a crisp because of it. I really need to remember to be in shade when opening any tabs. But I found my way back to my base and placed a new castle heart outside of the perimeter of these ruins. Now I have enough room to easily place down more foundations for this FOB, but I'm going to need more stone, so I immediately got to work finding and gathering it. I got a new mist burner down to get me that nice shade that I need, and got to work on fortifying this location. I clear out the surrounding area of this base for room during the daytime, and place down a nice amount of foundations as the sun was beginning to set. I also got a coffin down here, so I have a respawn point, which might be needed for the upcoming fight, although let's hope not. I also placed down a storage chest, the main reason of this space. Now I can freely loot Keely's camp of all it's worth. Although, before I go, this place needs some walls, and for that I'm going to need plant fiber, so I mowed the lawn, and this way got some placed down, along with a couple gates for entry points. This way no one can get their paws on my sweet loot. To end the day, I placed a few more storage chests. I plan on moving my first base to this location, which is going to be a lengthy trip for sure. Day 8 would be when I would lay waste to that camp, so I emptied out my inventory and made my way back to where I believe Keely is to be hiding. Her entourage had respawned, so I began to take out the front guards yet again and made my way inside once more. I began to take out my opponents one by one within their own homes. I need to make a quick escape as I get stun comboed by a trapper and a warrior, having just barely made it out of there alive. Surprisingly, I have not died yet, and let's try and keep it that way. A more cautious approach is needed, and I use blood men to heal myself using blood from my blood pool. This is very convenient since I am out of vermin's health. Thankfully managed to heal up just as I spotted my target.
Tristan the Vampire Hunter. Okay, that is a big no. He doesn't even have a level. It's just a skull symbol. Oh, but he's being followed by Keely the Frost Archer. Okay, this is going to be way more difficult than I thought.
From a chest, I loot a peculiar item, a Nocturnal Gloom, which boosts a spell called Chaos Volley. So, I'm gonna hold on to this for sure. As I wait for the moment to strike, I get a rather ominous threat with the rising of the sun.
Oh no, this is bad.
You've got one chance to run. It's going to get a lot more difficult in a moment.
Oh, she's here, and it's daytime. I gotta go. Gotta go fast. Oh, I'm out of here. That was the worst time for her to notice me. And she threatened me too. Whoa! Oh, she's still here.
I just barely managed to escape Keely, but stuck around to start picking off guards one by one yet again. After successfully taking out more of her personal bodyguards, I take a moment to heal up, as I know this battle is not going to be that easy.
Winter's come early. You better be prepared.
Okay, she has a wide-ranging attack there. All right, come here. You have to fight me in here. There we go. Now you're in my territory. Oh, whoa. Why is there a bear here? Why are they fighting?
Freeze!
Whoa, she has AoEs. All right, cool. I'm going to skedaddle for a bit if you don't mind me, lady. Oh, of course that hit me. Okay. She is strong. And all of these animals have gotten out ever since I started fighting her. Why bears hate each other that much, I don't know. But honestly, I'm not complaining. Oh, all of her bodyguards respawned. No!
I had to clean up the front guards again, and healed up once more, and continued forward. To my dismay, I noticed that Keely had regained her health, so seems like bosses are able to do this. But it's nighttime. It's the perfect time to fight, so I engaged immediately.
All right, I'm going in for the kill at this point. Although, she kind of is too, ain't gonna lie. Oh, a rat! You shall heal me.
Freeze!
Uh-oh. Whoa. Oh, that missed.
Freeze!
Woo. Where'd she go? Health orb. Oh. Ow. Okay, well, she's not that bad if she's not surrounded by all of her animal friends. Oh, no, speak of the devil! Oh my god, where did you guys come from? Where did you guys come from? Oh, she hit her own wolf. Did you see that? That's crazy. Oh no! A warrior is. Oh no! Oh no! I don't. Oh no! 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 Not to this guy. Health orb. Please heal me. You ruined everything, my guy.
The fight raged on into day 9.
Come on, you're so close to being dead. Oop. Oh, I just missed that. She is sneaky.
Freeze!
Oh, oh. Always such a close call. Oh! Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, no, you don't. Come here. Boom! Hold, oh, I need to hold to extract her blood. And these guys are in the way. All right, I'm just gonna hold. There we go. I want to give you a moment to be able to get up on your feet again. Extracting the blood. Whoa.
New knowledge acquired.
New knowledge acquired. Learned a new spell. Open the spell book.
There we go. With Keely defeated, I learned new magic, but we'll deal with this later, once in safety. I choose to feed off of the remaining poachers in camp, as all that fighting greatly diminished my blood supply. Really worked up an appetite there. Satisfied that I had completed my objective, I went to the safety of my new base, where I discovered that I learned the tannery, which is needed to make leather. As for the remaining nighttime hours, I used it to get a ton of wood.
Whoa, snow golem. Okay, that's a problem.
There is always some danger lurking around every corner, isn't there? But thankfully I managed to escape, and got to finish the walls of the new base, which shall be named Fort Flea, in honor of our pet. As the sun began to rise, I had a plan. Luckily, when I came here, I had taken some planks with me. This is just what I needed to place down my first tannery. Here I placed all of my rugged leather to passively be produced to better leather. As we wait, this is the perfect time to dump all of my items into my storage chests and make my journey back to base 1 to load up all of the supplies that I have over there to bring on over here. On my way home, I stumbled into some undead overlord's home. No thank you. Sorry, my apologies. I'm out of here. I am not dying today, and thankfully I remembered that I can turn into a wolf. This form runs around faster, so it's perfect for traveling, although I still have to watch out for the sun. As I got back to base 1, I chose to take some time to figure out that magic that I had gotten from my fight with Keely. We can see a tab opening of Keely the Frost Archer, and finally figured out how to open the spell book again. I see I have a frost spell point to use on the first 3 frost abilities. I choose to take the Frost Bat, placing it into my Blood Right Deflect spell slot. Seems straightforward enough. Summon an ice bat, and it chills things. I withdrew the few belongings that I have here, mainly the smelted copper ingots and wood planks, and made my way back onto Fort Flea. On my journey back, I stumbled onto Lydia, the Chaos Archer, who was level 30 and slayed a treant like it was nothing. The fact that she slayed it without breaking a sweat says a lot of what I'm going to be dealing with moving forward. The loot goblin in me could not resist looting everything that the treant had dropped. Might as well make use of the situation and fill up on a little snack at midnight. I reached the safety of Fort Flea within the early hours of day 10. I see that while I was gone, ghosts have tended to my leather. How nice of them. At Fort Flea, I want to make a sawmill by the river, but a level 30 man-trap wants to make this way too hard for me. Now, I like one neighbor, but this one just has to go, so I use my crossbow to take out the weeds.
Get off my property.
I place the sawmill as I intended to, get it up and running, and proceed to begin grinding for stone for a while. As I'm gathering stones, I notice I am getting crude gemstones from them. I have noticed that there are gem nodes around the map, but this seems to be the only way to get them until you get better tools. I get a new furnace placed down, and get all that copper ore that I had gathered earlier into it for smelting. Of course, we can't forget that this base needs a new workbench, so I got that set up as well. Considering leather was produced at this time, I managed to make the Night Stalker armor set completely. At sunrise, we follow this up by making a copper mace, considering it's the weapon that I use a lot for resource gathering. Once all the crafting is done, we equip our new threads, and we are looking incredibly fine. Some time was taken to organize my items and to make a new weapon, being the copper spear. At first glance, the spear looks to be a lot of fun as a very precise weapon, accompanied with a flurry attack. But I can't wait to see what other weapons we uncover in this run. Now that the mood is finally up, I tested the copper mace on a sulfur mode and was happy that I could finally gather this resource. I'm now at an impasse though on how to progress, as I have seemed to reach the limit of what I can do. This led me to conclude that a way to progress is to beat more V-blood carriers to unlock more important blueprints. So I chose to hunt down Errol the Stonebreaker. Ladies and gents, we have our new target, and it's the perfect time to go out on a hunt. On this trip, I tested the spear on some live targets, and I am a big fan that feels smooth and precise. But to reach my target, I needed to get through an entire logging camp, and I didn't want to alert the guards, so I tried my best to sneak on through, but albeit not too successfully. But that's not my problem, that's the problem of the person that spotted me. Day 11 started off by clearing out this wolf den, and not even the alpha wolf guarding it could stand a chance against my newly upgraded gear and spear, which is just a clean and precise killing machine. With its blood absorbed, I found myself drawing closer and closer to my goal, finding a bandit camp which I quickly dispatch, thinking that my target is inside, but turns out it's just a dead end.
Errol is in the mountain. I repeat, he is the mountain.
As I leave the camp, Tristan the vampire hunter is passing by. Best not to mess with him just yet. I later came across an abandoned copper mine. This surely is the place that Errol calls home. When I hear someone talking, and turns out it's Tristan again, and he's fighting Flea's long-lost cousin, Tick, and taking him out like it's absolutely nothing. I get caught up in a bow fight between skeletons and some poachers, which I barely managed to survive. And perfect, Tristan is after me once he finishes off Tick, so I skedaddle on out of there faster than you can say garlic bread is part of a balanced diet. But due to the sun being out, I'm in a little bit of a pickle, so I wait out the daytime hours, finding solace in the few shadows that are in the area. I got a bit too impatient and took a peek inside of the base when an entire army decided to chase me out. Rightfully so, I don't blame them. However, they appear to be no issue for my bloodlust and spear. Now, with more confidence, I infiltrate the base once more. And with the moon rising, I can take the fights more head-on and begin my assault on Errol's base. I shredded through all of his henchmen and made my way on inwards looking for the head honcho. My gut feeling had me following the rails and noticed a large mining operation is underway. Here, I free the miners from their ties to the mortal plane and collect Hell's clarion plants and other kinds of interesting shrooms. I spot Errol the Stonebreaker amongst his other workers and waste no time taking out the minions as I approach. They pack a punch, so I prepare myself by healing up before I continue forward. With the midnight hour upon us on the coming of day 12, I continue to take out as many minions and workers as I can to make the fight against Errol a more one-on-one scenario. Of course, I was trying to take them out as he's not looking, but in doing so, I ended up getting his attention regardless.
You're going to have to get through me first.
Okay, well, that plan is now, Whoa, buddy. What attack is that? What is that, a sledgehammer? Buddy. Okay, this fight is going to be a bit of a doozy. Alright. Hot shot. You can't be that hard. Alright, there you go. How you like them apples, huh? Can't even touch me, you're so slow. Oh, did he just summon workers? They have come to his aid. Woo! Okay, good thing I dodged that one. Whoa, okay. That's a lot of him being hitters right there. I have a feeling if he touches me, that might be the end for me. Where are you going? Don't. No! Oh, he ran away and healed. He was basically dead. That's cheating. I guess I pulled him too far. All right, well, that's all your henchmen's gone, so,
I'll just handle you myself.
how about we tango one more time? There you go. Honestly, this is not that bad. I think I can tank him. Okay, no, that's a... okay, that's a third of my health. Maybe not. Oh, that hurts. You know what? When in doubt, cheese it. But he's basically dead. I think I got this in the bag. Okay. You can calm down now. There you go. No, sir. I don't know what power I'm gonna get from this. The Frost Archer was logical, but what am I gonna get from this dude?
With the defeat of this boss, I unlocked the new technology called Research Desk. I looted all of the ore in the area, which was quite a lot, gotta say, and I broke a gem rock that gives me a lot of crude gem dust and other valuable items. I also noticed that defeating Errol got me a Chaos spell point, as well as a new storage option for material. In the Chaos magic tree, I immediately unlocked the Chaos Volley spell, considering I got the item early on that increases its range. Chaos Volley seems to be a double attack of an energy ball of sorts. With the sun rising, I leave the mine and hop straight back into the open forest. My journey home had me encountering a vicious forest-dwelling spider that sure almost got me burned to a crisp by trying to dodge it into the sun, but because of this I chose to make it pay, but find out that it is an incredibly terrifying creature as I am placed in a cocoon, and from it, smaller spiders appear to burst out around me from what I assume is from within me. It was quite the experience, so let's just put it at that.
Oh! What the heck? I am almost out of blood. Hello, rascal. Oh man, dinner is served.
The journey home was incredibly long and it took all of the daytime hours. It was first once the moon had risen that I was passing through the lumberjack camp, and soon after, returned back to my crib. I immediately got all of my resources into their production facilities to get things going, and crafted the research desk. It seems that with enough paper, I can keep discovering random pieces of technology here. And with this, I unlocked a castle relocation heart, which can be used to move your entire castle to a new territory. To end off the day, I placed the Nocturnal Gloom into my inventory in hopes that it'll improve my Chaos Volley spell. This is a little bit of a, mistake on my part because you have to kind of slot it into a spell thing, but we'll get to that later. It was on day 13 that I discovered that I can upgrade the Castle Heart, and choose to do so, and upgrade it to tier 2. Looking mighty evil right there. This also upgraded the ability to place more foundations and walls. It looks like I'll be able to get servants too, which is incredibly exciting. To make the new castle pieces, I will require stone brick. The same goes for the walls, and seeing that I can make stairs, this means I can make a multi-floor castle. I then proceed to place a vermin nest next to my base, which can lure rats to it. This will allow me to make healing items more consistently.
Come rats, I am the Rat King.
It didn't take long for the rats to gather around my front door. Kind of odd to be happy about that. Never heard of anyone being happy about living in New York, but either way, it means healing items can now be crafted. Next to the vermin nest, I chose to put down a blood press in case I need more blood essence and other organic materials. With a mist burner placed to keep myself shaded from the sun in the daytime hours, I placed sulfur into the furnace to get that processing. And once the sun was setting, I grabbed all the coins that I had managed to find up to this point and visited the merchants that were nearby to go on a little bit of a shopping spree. From one, I bought some whetstones that allowed me to make a grinder back home. Once that was made, I filled it to the brim with stone, and you guessed it, that started to make bricks. The next day, I placed into the blood press a fierce stinger, an odd fish of sorts that I managed to find. This gives me oil, which will be needed down the line for what I'm assuming might be lamps and such. I also proceed to craft a copper sword and copper axes to get my resource grinding going. By the time the sun was up, enough stone bricks were made so I was able to get my floor made completely out of stone tiling. As the sun sets, I was able to place my first castle walls. This took a lot of bricks, however, so it will take a while before I can make them all. Thanks to the grinder being made, a byproduct of making stone bricks is stone dust. This is a resource required to make my own whetstones once I unlock the ability to do so. In the late evening, I begin to place some growing plots down in my backyard. As of day 15 beginning, I work on figuring out how to access my growing plot so I can actually grow the seeds that I have. It took me way longer to figure this out than I would like to admit, but all it took was just putting it into my hotbar and voila, plants. As I was setting up more walls, I heard someone grunting on the road.
It's Tristan the Vampire Hunter.
You're the trash, and I'm the shovel.
Some quick thinking had me luring Tristan to the nearest treant to have them duke it out while I just sat back in the shade. And yes, Tristan took out the treant with no issues whatsoever, but that let me loot all of its belongings. And you guessed it, there's no way that I'm fighting Tristan, so I lured him far away from my base as I possibly could. I'm a little bit worried that these wandering bosses can tear down my base, okay? Because of this, I thought to myself that eventually I need to seal off the perimeter of my territory towards the road. What I did notice from that last engagement though is that I had gotten some pages of paper. This gave me just enough pieces to have 50 and brought them to the research desk. This allowed me to discover the Marauder's Vest blueprint. Lucky for yours truly, I have everything needed to make it. It's much better for my health stat and has weapon attack speed increase, so you know your boy is gonna make this right away. And as soon as I put it on, my first thought was that this is exactly what I think my barbarian in Dungeons and Dragons would wear. With night falling over the land, I do my best to continue the construction of my castle, and also proceeded to place down 2 small material storages to keep all of my belongings neat and organized. With that, I got some torches placed around my base, getting the mood nice and set. Day 16 was quite relaxing to start off, just sifting through my items as I waited for more stone bricks to be made, as I heard fighting outside my base. I decided to go take a look at the cause, only to find my breakfast served as a passing thief. Wrong place at the wrong time there, buddy. I proceed to gather more stone, needing to ensure that brick production never stops. Just as the sun begins to rise, I completed the castle pieces, turning it into a true piece of architectural prowess, which blessed me with an actual roof over my head. In completing this, I gained access to castle waygates, which seems to work like a teleporting system. I bring some gemstones to the stone grinder, using it to turn them into gem dust. Gem dust being the only resource that I'm needing to craft the newly unlocked waygates. In a jiffy, I got all of the gem dust that I would need, and shortly after, enough stone bricks were produced. So here's our first teleporter, placed down in the ruins next to Fort Flea, and discover that the waygate will not let me teleport while carrying certain items, but at this time I have no clue what those items are. So my only choice is to empty out my entire inventory, and this small gem storage will help me in doing so. With all my resources deposited, I attempted to use the teleporter once more, and presto, I see 2 waygates on the map, one being where I appeared once I left the tutorial area, and one that I seem to have unlocked by passing nearby it. This allows me to claim the blueprint for a stone coffin, seemingly a better respawn point. This requires grave dust and crude amethyst. Creating this will have to wait, as I have no idea how to get those resources yet. Now that Fort Flea is a bit more sturdy, I decided on the beginning of day 17 to hunt down Rufus the Foreman, who turns out to be nearby. I surmise that hunting bosses gives me a better chance at obtaining items that I need, such as grave dust. On my travels, I find a massive copper node by the looks of it, but it requires a bear form or explosives to harvest. Rufus is incredibly close. It seems he might be in charge of that lumber yard near my base based on the name. I proceed to infiltrate the area, cautiously looking around. Little did I expect to see him right in front of me with a massive crossbow, so I decided to pepper him with my own.
Alright, so here's the deal, buddy. I'm gonna try out all of my weapons on you, and you just hold still.
Think you're quick on your feet.
The axes feel nice. They definitely do feel nice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, buddy, look, listen here. There's no need for that kind of nonsense. How you like that, huh? Ooh, the sword is actually really... Ooh, I'm about to die. I'm about to die.
Start running.
There's so many enemies. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a healing orb. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, this is so tense. I need to focus so hard right now. Oh man.
Start running.
Yes! Oh, hold, please. Yes! Oh, that was so close.
Knew it was gonna end
Woo-wee.
this way.
Okay, perish, heathens!
I feel stronger.
Oh, that was tense.
The sun rises just as the battle meets its end. This leaves me some time and peace to loot the camp. It's been noticed that when defeating bosses, I unlock more inventory slots, and that I also gained a book. Ring of the Dusk Watcher, which I need to bring to my research desk to unlock. After looting the camp, I immediately head back to base. Taking a break at the merchants, I notice the shady gem dealer actually sells the crude amethyst that I need, so once I bring coins with me, I can get that at least. Also, this goes without saying that every time I get back to base, I fill up my production facilities with any resources that I have, so I don't feel like I need to mention this moving forward. But yes, I brought the book to the research desk where I unlocked the Ring of the Dusk Watcher. This item greatly increases weapon attack speed and spell power, but requires a grave ring first, which I have not learned how to make just yet. I noticed that as I killed Rufus, I seem to have unlocked a woodworking bench as well. Also noticed that I had 4 grave dust from my last outing, which is exactly what I needed. So once the moon had risen, I made a quick pit stop to the merchants to get the gemstones that I needed, and there it is. The stone coffin is made. From what I gather, this is a permanent respawn point, so that makes me conclude that wood coffins are like temporary respawn sleeping bags. I then see that upon having killed Rufus, I also gained a blood spell point, as well as the ability to craft crossbows. Going to the spellbook, I use the spell point learned to unlock Blood Rage. This ability heals nearby allies and applies haste and attack speed bonus. So to test it out for a bit, I swapped out my Ice Bat ability with this one, and when using it, I noticed that it makes my weapons glow red. Ending off the day, I make a copper crossbow, replacing my old one at long last. I start off day 18 by reading that a servant's coffin can be used to turn a human into a vampire, and if I'm going to have servants, then I need to prepare myself with more appropriate lodgings for my soon-to-be friends. But based on how Fort Flea is progressing, this is still going to take me quite a while. I ended up placing down the woodworking bench next to the sawmill, but it seems that it can only be used for decorative items for the time being. I started putting down some more castle flooring and chose to make a staircase outside, which quickly becomes a very nice lookout. At sunrise, my balcony is nice and sturdy, but it leads to the roadside. To fix this, I put down a gate so no one would be able to intrude uninvited. I dismantled my stone grinder and blood press, as the section under my balcony is going to become my new crafting space from the looks of things. So for a large portion of the daytime, I will be moving most of my production facilities under the roof. However, one detail on my hood had caught my eye. See, the night hours under my clock at the right top are red. This had me a little bit worried because I had no idea what that meant since they are normally blue. However, I was incredibly pleased to figure out what this meant. See, this night, a blood moon was out. This gives me a boost to my overall strength. I choose to take this time to go on a killing spree. And actually, this is the perfect time to track down the next boss, being Grayson the Armourer. He is very far away, so I'm hoping I can close the distance and make use of this blood moon in taking him down. I noticed that while in wolf form, wolves do not attack me. A nice little attention to detail. I follow the scent of Grayson while in wolf form, and as I seem to be closing in, I see Tristan ahead, making a nuisance of himself as always. So in an attempt to avoid him, I leap into the nearest camp, hoping to get to my target as swiftly as possible. As day 19 approaches, I barely avoided Tristan and crossed a bridge into a new camp, likely where Grayson is located. A tiny little thing that I learned is that you can gain an armor boost by equipping armor from a rack, however, it does not seem to let you attack during that time. So as soon as that was over, I proceeded to mercilessly take out all enemies while seeking out Grayson. I know that he's nearby, and continued to push my way through all of his men. I almost died to some of his lackeys. I might be a little bit over my head here, and it's only a matter of time till sun rises, but we gotta make things snappy. In my blood rage, I managed to clean up the next group of enemies quickly. And lo and behold, there is my target. The blood moon is almost up, so we have no time to waste.
All right, Grayson the Armourer, I only got a couple hours to do this, so let's make this snappy.
You're approaching me with those scrap weapons? Ha!
Whoa, okay. Here's another one of those heavy hitters.
I've got the tool for the job!
Oh, so you're a trap kind of guy. Gotcha. Oh, you stinking... Okay, he can pull. That's actually really bad. That is not good. Ooh, that was close. That was way too close.
You out.
Health orb. Health orb. Health orb, please.
The tool for the job.
I'm trying to clutch up so hard right here, right now.
Hammer you out.
Woo-hoo-hoo, just such a time. Oh, his traps are so annoying. Okay, should be good, should be good. The blood rage, flurry blows, dodging, and down you go, my friend. Woo, I had to focus hard there because the sun is about to rise. And there's no shade here whatsoever. Give me your blood, bucko.
New knowledge acquired.
I'm really glad that I managed to make use of the Blood Moon. This has unlocked the workshop floors, the ability to make the whetstones, and an illusion spell point. Going to the spellbook, I chose to learn the ability Wraith Spear and replace Blood Rage with it as sun rises. I immediately regret choosing this as it works exactly like my Chaos Volley, and I kinda wish that I unlocked the Wolf ability instead, but you know, you live and learn. Also, I ended up looting a Frost Jewel that amplifies a Frost spell. I will be uncovering a lot of these, so I'm excited to see which spells I can actually make the most use of. I ended up leaving the camp once everything was looted, and decided to look into my menu and once more almost burned to a crisp in the process. I really need to remember to do this in the shade, and start to make my way to the nearest waygate as shown on the map. Here, I forget that I can't teleport while carrying resources, so it's time for a long journey home to the castle. On my way home, the sun decided to be quite harsh to me, but I'll live. I reached the safety of my dwellings as the sun is preparing to set, and at the research desk, thanks to a book I got from that last kill, managed to research the Grim Ranger leggings, which I am surprisingly able to craft. They are slightly better than my current leggings, so let's go ahead and put them on. I noticed that the workshop flooring that was unlocked applies bonuses to workshop structures, so I'm going to want to use this for my new crafting area. I used the rest of the night to sort things out around the base, and there it is, day 20 began with the creation of walls on the balcony. This area will be perfect as lodgings for my future helpers of the night. I have noticed that my resource production, however, is very slow at this time. This means it's time to prepare a proper workshop. So I got a workshop foundation down at the sawmill, hoping it will increase plank production. The goal now is to get the sawmill into a confined castle room with matching floors. This will give it a bonus to its production. While planks are being produced, resources will be grinded, but the objective is clear. The greatest workshop known to man shall be built. At daybreak, I removed the sawmill, vermin farm, and woodworking bench as they are blocking the way for the castle walls. Once I get some of those set up, I replace them and get back to work. To be even more efficient and speed up production, I placed down a second sawmill, and for the remainder of day 20, simply spent all the time gathering resources and getting the workshop closed off. The grind continues into day 21, and to speed up brick production, I got a second grinder placed down, so now getting bricks shouldn't really be an issue anymore. I ended up harvesting resources till the sun came up, and by now the production has granted me a large amount of supplies, which has allowed me to generously continue with the base expansion. As nighttime set in, I managed to get the workshop turned into its own room, and this has allowed the production of all the facilities to be sped up, meaning the ultimate workshop dream has become reality. I would like to say that we still have a long way to go to make things optimal, but it's good the way it is right now. By the end of this day, I even managed to seal off the section under the balcony as its own room, likely to become a storage section as it's connected to the workshop. Day 22 kind of just consisted of more grinding for planks and bricks. This was needed in order to finish the balcony area, which was going to become the home for my servants.
Oh, what? Flea?
And what the flea doing? It's getting awfully close to home, and I would hate for it to attack my base, forcing my hand for unspeakable actions. A new blood press was placed since I removed the old one and put as many hearts into it that I had. This will make me regular blood essence, but it's the unsullied hearts that I need to make greater blood essence. This is something that I need to upgrade my castle heart amongst many other things. Seems like getting these is going to be a little bit more challenging. By the time the moon decided to rise, almost all of the walls were placed on the balcony. I also got this new neighbor, being a stone golem that I've named Steven. He's become my personal home security and has even decided to help my harvest.
Hey, he's helping me harvest too.
As the clock strikes midnight, the balcony had been sealed off, taking on the aspect of its own room with its own roof, so now the lodgings for my servants is complete. Day 23 became a day of unsullied heart hunting. The greater blood essence is needed to make these servant coffins, of which I have one, so we still have quite a ways to go. So without further ado, let the hunt commence. I quickly realized though that I have no idea what drops them. Time to figure this out. A killing spree began, trying to discover what it is that drops the unsullied hearts.
Holy, so many wolves out here. Oh, what? What is this? Holy, why are there so many wolves? Bro!
As you can see on my travels, I came across an abnormal amount of wolves that I had to slay, and after getting rid of all of them, I was surprised to not have gotten a single unsullied heart. So I surmised that I must have gotten the few that I have from high-tier enemies. But before I would head out to hunt down what seems to be the bosses necessary for this grind, I decided to get some dedicated storages placed down. One for alchemy, one for tailoring, and the last one for knowledge, whatever that means. Now then, the next target is Goreswine the Ravager, who appears to be nearby. As I was on a measly stroll to my target, I managed to get an unsullied heart from this man-trap, so it seems like this trip is already paying off. Found an alpha white wolf too, just roaming along the road, so I decided to take the chance of getting good items. And would you look at that, that's another unsullied heart. I reached the infested cemetery, and Goreswine's distance is now imminent. I need to get rid of some of the armored skeleton archers first before I can make my way into the cemetery. As I ascend the staircase, I bear witness to undying ghouls and skeleton priests, whom I engage in battle. The priests seem to be the most challenging enemy, as he uses waves of enemies to cower behind them, but he is no match for yours truly. Day 24, and the fight continued in the cemetery, slaying the undead beasts, and saw that Goreswine is protected by a squad of skeletons. It appears that he is the leader of this place, but that shall not be so for long.
Alright. I ain't got time to lose, so let's make this snappy, bucko. Whoa, whoa, what are you? You have a pig's head? Whoa. I keep thinking he's gonna summon a corpse pile like Flea when he does his summoning. It looks like what? My gear is damaged? Hello? Time to swap weapons, I guess. Oh man, he hurts. I need to heal. Please, let me heal. Thank you. Oh, you teleport too? Nah, bro, that's my thing. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep my distance because I need to watch out for his attacks. He hits really hard. Oh, wow, there's so many AoEs, bro, chill. Easy. Come on. Heal, 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 please. Please. I'm not tense, you're tense. Will you, like, calm down for, like, 2 seconds, please? I have to really focus on this one. I'm lacking words because I'm trying to clutch up so hard. Oh, come on. He's so close to being dead. There we go. Dear Lord, you were a nuisance.
Oh, the maggots will be so happy.
Woo-wee.
I feel stronger.
I had to break a sweat for a sec there.
An unsullied heart rewards me from this tense battle. Having received this reward, I make my way on home, worried that I might lose my items, only to run into my people.
Whoa! Whoa! What the? Hey! Hey, my people! Oh yes, I'm gonna consume a giant crow. I want your powers. You are mine.
Having beaten Goreswine, I unlocked an unholy spell point, the ability to raise the freaking dead, and the knowledge to craft a grave ring, which was needed to craft the Dusk Watcher ring if I recall. From the unholy spellbook, I learned Ward of the Damned, which allows me to summon skeletons while absorbing attacks. Making my home was rough though, needing to go through the lumber fields, which housed next to no shadows, so it took a little bit of time. Once finally in the safety of Fort Flea, I deposited all my unsullied hearts into the blood press right away. While the greater blood essence was being made, I unlocked vases and plants from a book that I had looted. It was first at night where my special essence was made, which was used to place my first servant's coffin, and looking inside of it, I discovered that these will be most effective if I change the flooring to crypt flooring. I also need to charm a human and place them inside of it for the conversion to begin, so it makes sense that I unlocked the ability Dominate Human. Just before midnight, I managed to charm a scout nearby who begins to follow me home. As day 25 begins, the scout is brought to his new humble abode, where I commanded him to rest in the coffin, and seems like the conversion will take about 40 minutes. In that time, I got all of the final pieces of the workshop inside. Once that was done, I decided to place the newly unlocked tomb amongst the ruins. See, this thing is great, since I can use flowers from my farm to make an infinite skeleton farm for bones and such. But what I really want is grave dust, and I don't think regular skeletons drop that, so I head out in search of higher leveled undead creatures, assuming they will be the best for getting my hands on this much needed resource. This corpse pile will surely drop a ton of this stuff, and sure, it is a bit of a difficult fight, but with all of my recent upgrades and the ability to summon my own skeletons, we're kind of an even match. So it was only a matter of time before I defeated this adversary. In its defeat, I got my hands on a hefty amount of that grave dust, which was just what I wanted. As the sun sets, I just barely managed to survive a second encounter with the corpse pile, so I rushed on back to the safety of Fort Flea, hoping to not die, but ran straight into death's door as a group of poachers absolutely decimated your boy. Luckily, I have my stone coffin, so I just simply arise anew and go and grab my dropped items at my front porch. Now, having gotten home enough grave dust, I managed to make the grave ring, which is what I wanted to make so long ago. Day 26 would be for boss hunting, and on the menu is Lydia the Chaos Archer, who we should be able to take down as our gear level is improved by the new ring. But before heading out, I managed to get my hands on a Traveler's Wrap, which is a flimsy looking cape, sure, but it provides a little bit more resistances. I ain't going to be picky in the slightest, I'll take what I can at this point. Now about that Chaos Archer. A pack of poachers serve as a meal, filling up a little bit before engaging Lydia, although I did get a little bit distracted by some loot that I saw and couldn't resist having a little bit of a look-see.
Oh, that's a tree. Never mind.
Up next, I took a risky shortcut through a heavily fortified cemetery, most likely an incredibly bad idea, but I make it out alive nonetheless. Now, I did end up spotting Lydia on the road shortly after daybreak, but she seems to be in the Bandit copper mine as she's a wandering boss. She's gonna go where she pleases, so I had to move around, and my theory is correct, there she is on the other gate. But for now, I stayed in the shadows, observing Lydia engaging in battle with a treant, biding my time to strike. Truly, I am playing the role of an opportunity hunter.
Sup, Lydia? Oh, where'd you go? This is a really horrible place to fight right now. Ah, how you like that? Fight my skeletons! Go! Woo. Hold still.
Think on your feet.
Ooh, easy. Two can play that game. I have Chaos Volley. Okay, that is horrible AoE damage. I picked the single worst time to fight this boss. There you go. Go get him.
Think on your feet.
Oh, what's cool is that the skeleton actually gives away where she will appear. Okay, I need to use some vermin salve. Thank you for the free skeletons. She's so close to being dead. Oh, did she just go invisible? There you go. You're all mine. It was a long time coming. I was so tired of you.
Taste of knowledge.
Bada boom.
As the sun sets and the battle being over, I collected all of the loot on the floor and got another unsullied heart. Today's hunt was very lucrative. Having beaten Lydia, among spell points and workstations that I unlocked, I managed to learn how to make longbows. The spell point I got is for chaos magic, but I like my chaos volley, and this is when I discovered that the item that I had to upgrade that spell doesn't have to be in my inventory, it needs to be slotted into this little slot right here. This entire time I was underperforming and I didn't even know it. Up next on the bossing ladder is Clive the Firestarter, who is very far away, so it's going to take me a while to go there, and on my travels I wanted to test out what happens when I engage in battle with this here carriage, which was difficult considering the amount of enemies guarding it, but after dispatching them and breaking the darn thing, I was able to unlock it and get its supplies of which were incredibly juicy. As the hour strikes midnight for day 27, I begin the path to head home so I can deposit all the loot that I have obtained till this point.
Holy wolves again.
Well, at least that's another alpha wolf taken out. After a quick encounter on the bridge, I get home and manage to successfully unload my haul of loot. At the research desk, I unlock the ability to make enchanted brews, which increase my spell power. During the day hours, to stay efficient, I place down a leather working station where I make the newly learned leather bag. This bag provides me with more inventory space, logically. I then made the newly learned copper longbow, which has a spread shot, which is going to be great against large groups of enemies. And the time has come, our servant is ready with his transformation, and henceforth he shall be Errol the Hunter.
Rise, Herald the Hunter. Rise!
What I really like is that you can apply gear to your servants so you can kit them out any way that you want. As such, I provide Harold with a full set of reinforced bone gear, and I would love to send him on a mission, but seems like I need to build this castle throne that I unlocked from completing this objective, which requires a ton of greater blood essence, so the grind is just beginning. I need this to control Harold, so hunting bosses it is. The rest of the evening was simply spent getting enough plant fiber to make more vermin salve in preparation for battle. Before heading out on day 28, I viewed that my objective is to discover a way to unlock iron smelting and explore the world beyond the Farbane woods. I'll work on those objectives as I make my way towards Clive the Firestarter. My search for Clyde had been coming across new types of enemies, like this here undead assassin that did put up a really good fight, but it fell like the rest, and upon its defeat, gave me a decent amount of grave dust. Up next, I found another merchant, and this one sells grave dust, and I don't think the ones near my base do, so maybe different merchants sell different things, or they rotate their items, I'm not quite sure. The search for my target had me traveling far and wide and for a very long time, so much so that the sun already came up, but Clyde is now registered as nearby, so cautiously I approach from the shadows. Our future victim seems to be in this bandit's sulfur quarry, kind of figures a fire starter would hang out in a sulfur quarry. Fighting here is going to be a little bit difficult, as just like fighting in the lumber yards, there is a lack of shade. It would have been wise to wait till nightfall, but I was so eager to fight the boss and chose to engage in battle with the underlings with only a sliver of shade to hide in, which ended up being the cause of my downfall. At least now I learned that I can respawn at waygates, so obviously I chose the closest one to my death location and made my way on back to my loot pile. At least by the time I got my loot back, night already had set in, and note that this entire area has bombs at the ready. I cleared out the area of any low-level bandits since I wanted to fight this boss in peace, and as if served on a silver platter, he appears.
I bet you light up real nice.
Oh really? You don't say. Here's the thing, I think I'm a bad matchup for him though, because I don't think my undead servants spawn from these explosion attacks. Yep, it's confirmed. This is a really bad matchup. My new skeleton ability is useless against him. Oh man, he has me pinned. Oh, he has me so pinned. I don't want him to go too far away or he's gonna heal. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Woo! Will you hold still, buddy? Okay, you know what? I must have learned the bow for a reason, because this guy is annoying. There you go. That's what I learned the bow for. It was specifically for you.
Taste of knowledge.
Ooh, I got a void eye, an unsullied heart, a longbow, and a couple other goodies here and there. That's not too bad.
That's another boss on the list taken out, but I wasn't done with this place just yet, since this place is littered with loot chests, so I was sure to get every single one. Day 29 starts with opening a very valuable ornate chest, from which I got a jewel to increase Shadow Bolt, as well as a vampire's drape. Defeating Clive unlocked the alchemy table, explosive, and gave me another chaos spell point. I then replaced my skeleton ability with Shadow Bolt and equipped it with the jewel that I had just obtained. Now both of my main spells are improved, and I'm excited to use Shadow Bolt since now it'll heal me due to having Leech. I then equipped the Vampire Hunter's Drape, which is a much more fashionable choice than the rag that I was wearing up until this point. The next target on the bossing list is Nibbles the Putrid Rat, but for some reason I cannot track its blood. My only logical conclusion is that either it spawns at random or I need to do something to make it spawn. It was first at around midday or so that I arrived back at Fort Flea, greeting Harold, who was just minding his own business, and learned the recipe for the merciless copper longbow, as well as the Ring of the Warlock. I have just the right amount of resources to make the new bow, so I was excited to be able to make this right off the bat. This increased my gear level by 3 points. However, I can't forget that I was supposed to explore, so under a moonlit sky, I headed north towards the Dunley farmlands in hunt of this elusive putrid rat. Crossing a bridge, I reached a militia camp with all sorts of new enemies and at much higher levels. As this region's name suggests, we end up near some farms with some cows, but these enemies, again, I need to highlight, are much more powerful, like this archer at level 42. Day 30 begins by discovering a new mineral, this one being quartz, which I thankfully can harvest with my mace. Sadly, it's not iron, which is what my objective requires. At a cliff face, I found what definitely has to be iron, but my attack level is too low, so I cannot harvest it just yet, and well, by a little bit of a Google search, I realized I need to have a power level of 40. Surprisingly, I was not able to track Nibbles in this region either, so my only choice is to keep my eyes peeled for it, I guess. To improvise, I begin to track Finn the Fisherman, who is registered as being very far away, and to get to him, I need to cross this massive trench. Sadly, there is no way to cross it, so I had to spend a lot of time backtracking to reach my destination. I reached this here fishing platform later in the day, and lo and behold, there he is dangling his fishy fish. Having learned from my past mistakes, I wait for the sun to set before pouncing my prey.
You're messing with the wrong seaman.
No, I think you're the right guy. Honestly, I'm not even worried about you, dog. I'm not even worried at all. I got this in the bag. I got this new bow.
I'm one with the water.
You'll be sleeping with the fishers, that's what you are.
Proud and real, summon the swarm.
What? Did you just pull some piranhas out? That's some Super Mario I've ever seen it.
Into the drink.
Wait, what are you gonna do now? What is that bait for? What? What the heck is that?
I'm one with the water.
And this guy is something else.
You've never seen a fish like this.
He's got some tricks up his sleeve. Is that puffer fish? Buddy, chill. The piranhas explode. I repeat, we have explosive piranhas. And he pulls me to him. Isn't that just dandy? Heal me. Okay. No, this is good. This is good. This is good. Sure, he's got some Finding Nemo powers, but that's not going to be an issue. We got this in the bag. There you go. The blood shall be mine.
Taste of knowledge.
Smartness.
That there unlocked a frost spell point as well as a fishing pole. I used the ice point to unlock the ice nova as I have a jewel back home to improve its potency. Sadly though, this boss didn't drop another unsullied heart, which is the sole purpose that I'm hunting these bosses down to begin with. What this means though is I need to move on to the next boss, being Kodia the Ferocious Bear, for whom I am definitely not prepared for considering the power level. But it is nearby, so I decided to go have a look. My journeys led me to scale a mountainside at the beginning of day 31 to get closer to my target. This is going to be a much more difficult fight than the ones before due to the power level difference. The best part though of this engagement is that Kodia is in a cave, so I should not have to worry about the sun.
Okay, she's asleep, which is the perfect time for me to attack. My biggest opener is Chaos Volley, so I'll start with that. Using all my skills right off the rip. As long as I keep using this bow, okay, I was about to say if I use the bow, I'll be fine. She's got some range on her though. Okay, no, I don't like that glow. That is terrifying. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh wow, I knew there would be a charge in there somewhere. Ow, that hurts so bad. That hurts so bad. Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. I don't want to die here. I need to use myself. Woo! Oh my god, oh my god. Heal. Oh, did she just cancel me? Nope. Oh, crap. Oh. I couldn't dodge that. Oh, that was so close. Oh, I'm gonna have to run all the way back here, and it's so far away.
You know, surprisingly, it was not that far away from my main base, so it's not as bad as I thought. I simply respawned and began to make my way on back for my loot, successfully retrieving my items without waking the beast. Here's where I fall back for a moment to swap out the ability Chaos Volley and unlocked Aftershock, equipping a recently obtained jewel to this. The skill causes a shockwave that deals damage and ignites the enemy. Combined with this new jewel, it also has the ability to heal me by a little bit, so I should be able to tank more.
What's up, Muma? You miss me? Let's get this party started, shall we? There we go. Let's try this ignite a little bit. See how well that heals me for. Okay, the rocks, surprisingly, don't deal that much damage. Okay. Honestly, I'm surprised how much damage I got in already. And as long as I dodge those charges, I'm relatively fine. Speak of the devil. Oh, that was close. I dodged that by a hair. Honestly, I'm staying topped off so well. And as long as you time your dodges, you'll be fine. You'll be so fine. Like that. There it is. It was so easy just approaching it with the right spell setup and spacing the dodges. That's all it took. So, bye-bye, Mama Bear.
I feel stronger.
That is an unsullied heart. Finally. It's been a while.
The main reward for having beaten Kodia is the ability to transform into a giant bear, as well as a couple of decorative items on the side. See, the benefit of the bear form is the ability to crush giant resource nodes for, logically, larger amounts of said resource. I reached Fort Flea in the evening and placed another unsullied heart into the blood press for another great blood essence to be made. With the greater blood essence in hand, I crafted the Ring of the Dusk Watcher. With this now in hand, my power level has reached 38. We are so close to level 40 in order to be able to mine iron. The next day, I proceeded to make the alchemy table that I had unlocked a couple days ago and added to my dedicated storage area, placed down a herb storage, as well as a woodworking bench by the sawmills, which is when I had a spark of an idea on how to get my gear level up. I went on over to the merchants to see if they might have an item for sale to improve that score. My heart sank for a brief moment as on the way, I find that Flea is not in his usual spot. He may have fallen to the nearby merchants as he was wiggling around so much. This castle and its inhabitants will forever remember thy name. And things just got worse from there as I bought myself a necromancer's mitre, which took almost all of my copper coins. It is a hat, which is a valid attempt to improve my power level, but clearly it is just for visuals. In my frustration of having wasted most of my coins, I took on a caravan that happened to pass on nearby. Accidentally hit Lydia in the process, sure, but it ended up being a free kill at least. It's not much of a hassle now. I mean, hey, look, it's a free unsullied heart. I'll take it. However, I wasn't out of luck just yet. I had just enough coins to purchase the Grim Ranger gloves from a merchant. I brought this home, unlocked the blueprint, and made the glove soon after. Sadly, it only increases my level to 39. So close! If it wouldn't have been for the useless mitre, I would have enough coins to buy another blueprint and get to 40, but it is what it is. I figured the only way to get better gear and with that also money is to continue fighting bosses. So I chose that my next outing would be to hunt down Polora the Feywalker. On the way, I spotted a weakened stone golem, and considering my gear has gotten better, I chose to test out my new skills, and upon slaying it, got a ton of stone. Who would have thought? At midnight, I found out that sniffing out this boss is going to take quite a while since it's on the other side of this massive ravine. So logically, day 33 started with a lot of backtracking to find this boss, but eventually I reached the Gleaming Meadows, a seemingly magical, peaceful place which doesn't seem too common in this world. Polora seems to be its keeper, but not for long.
Alright, Moomba, time to dive!
This place is not meant for you, creature.
Can't tell me what to do. Oh, she shoots wolves. That's actually pretty sick. I like that. Although, if this game has taught me anything, that means that I'm going to be able to get that ability very likely. Oh, she is one with nature. That deer blocked that hit. Oh man, her attacks wiggle. It's so trippy. And she has a little moth fairy friend that does the same attacks as she does. You know what? Yeah, that little friend of yours had to go. Sorry. I did not want to absorb that deer, and for some reason didn't let me go off of it. Okay, this has gotten really bad really quickly. You can still see her slightly when she goes invisible. Oh man. Oh man. This might be the end. This might be the end. No boy. Okay, we get a heal off from that. Another heal off from that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Oh! I just barely dodged that. Oh, that's another heal. Let him get. Oh no!
Hear me!
Stop! Please! Okay, that's a heal. That's another heal. Nice! Oh, that was tense. My wrist hurts. That gave me carpal tunnel.
New knowledge acquired.
New knowledge acquired. Unsullied heart acquired. I do appreciate this place's fairy-like beauty for a brief moment, and then have a look at the new magic that I unlocked. Aside from the many garden pieces that I can make now back home, I got an illusion spell point. So now I can make up for past regrets and unlock the Spectral Wolf skill. It is now daytime, and I can see that the upcoming night will be a blood moon. This means that I need to prepare to make the most of it. Because of this, I already started making my way to the next boss, being Nicholas the Fallen, who is very far away, so we gotta get a move on. I was in a hurry to find this location, but Tristan decided to have me slow down my plans, but I noticed that I can see his level now being 44. Not quite there yet, but we might be able to fight him pretty soon. I reached the Forgotten Cemetery at night. Seems like this is where Nicholas calls home, so it's time to take out waves of enemies using our trusty bow as the blood moon commences. We make our way up to a grand pedestal, but he is being quite elusive. But I was incredibly stoked to see the blood moon was truly aiding us as we can withstand these onslaughts with ease. I went higher and higher, till I reach the tippy top of this forsaken place, until I reach the Lich King himself in an aura of unholy magics. With a sense of unease, I begin the assault.
I'm going to add to my collection.
Oh, really now? I press X to down on that big guy. Notes, he likes to teleport to me. I'm trying to focus so hard, but he hurts really bad. Oh my gosh, those explosions. Look at that skeleton ability. That is amazing. Like, I'm sorry for fanboying a little bit here, but that is actually pretty cool. Heal me, servant.
This test that meets with
There's so many skeletons! Why does he have so many skeletons? Boom! Nuked ya. Healing orbs. Healing orbs. Healing orbs. Focus, focus, focus. Nice. I landed that. There he is. Another heal off. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh my gosh. So close. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to focus. Oh! No! Wait! I killed him though! I killed him though! No! You have to be kidding! No way! He's dead! He's right there! Oh my gosh.
Okay, day 34. I am immediately respawned right next to the cemetery in hopes that I can reach this boss while he's still down on his knees. And luckily, it was so.
He's down. Hi! Happy to see me, huh? Now where were we? A little bit of unfinished business with you. A bada bing and a bada boom.
One of the best things I unlocked from him was unlocking the paper press, meaning I can craft paper now to unlock new recipes at random. I also got an unholy spell point, this time for an ultimate skill. I chose Army of the Dead, where I can condemn nearby enemies and summon an army of 4 skeleton warriors and mages. That sounds incredibly sweet. The final boss of Act 1, excluding Nibbles the Rat, will be Quincy, the Bandit King, who is incredibly close. I hope the blood moon lasts long enough, because I zipped straight to his location. I jumped down the cliffside, reaching a bandit camp where I take my bear form to take down their gates and charge straight on in, full send in this bitch. I summoned my skeleton army to keep the bandits behind me occupied while I made my way to find Quincy before the blood moon would set, but still got caught up in all of this madness. During combat, my footwear breaks, just as I reach the height of the bandit camp. Here is where also the sun rises, missing out on the opportunity to fight this enemy with the aid of the blood moon. I simply chose to wait out the daytime before facing Quincy, as I don't feel that it is beneficial to retreat when I got this far. At least this place is filled with loot chests, so that keeps me busy while I'm waiting for the daytime hours to go by. And at last, with the rising of the moon, the battle commences.
Quincy the Bandit King. 2 little entourages. Oh, no need to flex there, buddy. Well, you have lackeys? So do I.
Try to make this fun for me at least.
Here we go. That's a whole lot of skellies there for you to deal with, hotshot. Holy crap! Why was that so much damage? What dealt me that much damage? Oh my gosh, this is bad. Holy crap! Broski woski. No. Yeah, you guys gotta go once real quick. I'm not dealing with you guys while I gotta deal with this dude. No way. There we go. Now things are a little bit more relaxed.
Show me what you got.
Okay, maybe not. Well, it makes sense that he is a bandit king and summons help. Oh, okay. Oh, he does it 3 times. He does it 3 times. Oh, oh, don't stand on the lines. Where are my skeletons when I need them? Yep, that's a deflection skill that he has right there. Oh, oh, here comes the 3rd. Oh. Oh, he's stunned like Rhino against the wall. Oh, you are your own demise, my friend. Oh, yeah, I'd be scared there for a second, my guy. Don't mind if I help myself.
I feel stronger.
Better hope I do.
Out of all of the loot that I got from this victory, I got to unlock the music box. How lovely. I made haste to return home and gear up anew, but before leaving this camp, however, I made sure to not leave a single item unlooted. And with my pockets filled to the brim with items of others, I made my grand escape at midnight. It was first in the early morning of day 35 where I reached the safety of Fort Flea and got straight to work. I began by unlocking the Ring of the Dawn Runner blueprints and set a greater blood essence to be made. Here's also where I noticed that I got a regular ruby, which is larger than the other crude gemstones that I've been getting. Also, got to spend 50 paper on a random blueprint, this time unlocking me the Merciless Copper Sword. And of course, we can't forget about the paper press. But gotta be honest, my workstation is getting incredibly cramped right now. I can barely move around. At least it is simple enough to make paper, only costing plant fiber and sawdust. So, I set that to craft. I noticed that by beating Quincy, aside from unlocking a Chaos Spell point, I learned the Smithy, Tailoring Bench, and the ability to make iron ingots, as well as the Hollow Fang Battle Gear. That is a whole lot of incredible unlocks right there. That spell point allowed me to unlock Chaos Barrage as my new spell. As for my resources, I noticed that I'm getting a little bit low on copper ingots and I need a few more, so I got back to that massive copper node that is near my base and used my bear form to gather it up straight away. The rest of day 35 was spent resource gathering resources, of course, and topping off everything in the base. I realized though that not everything in my workshop was as efficient as I was hoping it would be. See, some of these facilities require their own special floor, not the workshop floor. Oh boy, this is going to get very complicated very quickly. Now, considering that I figured that out, day 36 began with preparations on modifying the workshop. I noticed that the type of floors that I will need are alchemy lab flooring, tailor's flooring, and library flooring. Lastly, for the forge, I will need, logically, forge flooring. Oh boy, that's a lot of floors that I need, and I don't even know how to unlock those. But let's take a step back and place down a new vermin nest, next to which I replaced the skeleton farm in an attempt to make more space around Fort Flea. Now looking again at the vermin nest, I see that I need to summon Nibbles the Putrid Rat in order to fully complete Act 1. Guess this is why I couldn't track him on the list. Sadly, I have no more unsullied hearts to perform said summon, so it's time to go out hunting again. Before doing that though, I used paper to uncover the Marauder's Leggings blueprint. Also, I can't forget about that fishing rod unlock, so I got one whipped up in no time and went to test it out at the waterfall outside Fort Flea. Oddly enough, I got fish bones out of the river, so either it's infested with piranhas or it's contaminated. Both are really bad options. Now about that unsullied heart, I began to hunt down some alpha wolves since they are the easiest to slay for a chance at that drop. And upon nightfall, me and my army of henchmen lay waste to a den of these things and proceed to take out their leader. And presto, unsullied heart just like that. Just as I was getting home to summon Nibbles, Lydia appears again. Well, we might as well have at it. 2 hearts in one night would be great.
Taste of knowledge.
Looks like I just stumbled across it.
Oh, Tristan! Oh, hey, buddy! Oh, dear lord. Yeah, so, could we, like, not do this? Yeah, you're, like, way too strong for me, dude. Okay, so, don't I have a choice here in this matter? I don't think so. At least he's focused. Oh, never mind, he's not focused.
Eventually, I managed to shake off Tristan, but he just returned to the bridge and regenerated his health. But thankfully, he kept on going his merry way, and I made it back to Fort Flea at midnight. This is it, day 37, and it's time to defeat Nibbles. Honestly, I can't say that name without thinking of Fibbles from my so long ago Primal Fear video. If you know, you know. A few preparations before the fight would be to unlock a new piece of clothing, being the Shadewalker leggings, and gathering all of the materials needed. This is when I finally proceeded to summon Nibbles and engage it in combat.
Where are you? Hey, you are, you elusive little critter. Okay, so he's not too bad. He's fine, he's fine. Uh-oh. Oh, he stank, though. Oh, wait. Oh, he summons an army. Oh, you know what? Still can play that game, you little Come on. Let's tango. Haha, my army's better than yours. Oh, never mind. There's actually... they lasted longer than mine did. Never mind. Health orb. Alright, axes are the best call here, as they have a wide range of attack. Oh, but these guys deal a lot of damage considering how many they are. No, please, you're almost dead, And there you go. Had enough out of you. Let's complete Act 1, shall we? Done and dusted. What?
New knowledge acquired.
At the cost of breaking my decorations.
Upon its defeat, I unlocked the rat form, making me super small, seemingly only useful to get to hard to reach places and hide from enemies. Act 1 truly is now beaten. The first boss in Act 2 though will be Beatrice the Tailor. She is likely one to give me the Tailor flooring, based on her name, is what I thought. I deposited all of my items and teleported as far into the Dunley farmlands as I could. Immediately, Beatrice is registered as nearby instead of far away, so I go on the hunt. First things first though, I am in need of blood, so take a little break for some snacky snacks. And then soon after, entered Dawnbreak Village, where I find Beatrice roaming the streets. There are lots of militia in this area, some with red health bars, so this is gonna be quite tough. I best be stealthy to not alert the guards, but scratch that, they already know I'm here. And with that, almost died, so it's time to retreat right off the get-go. I tended to my wounds in the safety of the shadows and waited for a militia veteran to leave the area. He is most likely the one that stomped my face in earlier. Now, I will sneak on in using my newly obtained rat form. This plan was going well, until it wasn't, since I was noticed by some bell dude and the entire town was alerted to my whereabouts. So, let the battle commence on day 38, the assault on Dawnbreak Village, and more specifically, Beatrice the Tailor.
Alright, let's have a party, shall we? And it burned almost my entire health. Wow. Who does all that fire? Dear Lord. Oh, that hurts so bad. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die here just because of that fire. Oh my gosh, that is ridiculous. Well, I may be a little bit over my head on this one, but I can't back down now. I came too far to go back home. So I reapplied my rat form and decided to sneak around the town, but not so much so in the open this time. I am an opportunity hunter and must act as such. I waited patiently, stalking my prey, and saw that Beatrice entered a building. This was my time to pounce. I followed her inside and attacked right off the rip.
I'm under attack!
No, you aren't. No, you don't. Go, Skellies, go! Chase her down. Will you hold still? Mercy Matoshi. Go. Does this boss seriously not fight back? Well, good thing I'm using the bow with a boss that doesn't fight back and just runs. Oh, no, you don't. There you go, that landed. Get back here, Grandma! Who are you gonna call?
My friend is unwinding.
Dawn Hard.
New knowledge acquired.
That was the weirdest boss till now.
As soon as I defeated this very peculiar boss, I should have skedaddled out of this village, but I wasn't gonna leave without looting this town dry of all of its special loot. See, I got an even fancier looking jewel for my Ice Nova at tier 2, and curiosity just got the better of me as I went up a long set of stairs and got in a pickle with some nuns, oddly enough.
Uh-oh, that's a nun. Okay, bye. I'm out. Woo! Skellies! Distraction! Evasive maneuvers! Cover my rear!
As I left the town, I find Jade, the vampire hunter. It seems like Tristan has a bloodthirsty sister, and she's carrying pistols. So that's a whole lot of red flags right there. Having slayed my first Act 2 boss, I decided that it's best to take the long journey home, arriving later in the day, where I got the loom placed down that I unlocked from beating Beatrice. Sadly, no new floor in this. But this is still great, because now I can make cotton yarn to continue my armor progression, but to make this, I logically need cotton, which is gotten from the Dunley farms. The best weapon that I can make to gather that is the merciless copper sword, so I get that whipped up in a jiffy, and with that, teleported to the Dunley farms in search of said cotton. I entered the farmlands and came across sheep, which give me thick hide, which is going to be very useful for progression later. After a long time of searching, I finally find a cotton farm on this hilltop, but it is surrounded by these sticks that have garlic all over them, which obviously have a negative effect on me and seem to make me stank. This gives me garlic exposure. In short, it weakens me until the stacks are gone. So of course, I rush to gather as much cotton as I possibly could, but there's also sunflowers here, and I don't have sunflowers yet. So I spent a smidge of time to gather those, and then ran for the hills as fast as I could because I don't like these stacks. On day 39, I proceeded to head back with my cotton, avoiding danger wherever I could because of my debuff. By the time that I reached home, the garlic exposure still had not subsided, so I guess it's time to lay low until it's passed over. Perfect time to get the yarn made and plant however many seeds as I can. The rest of this day will be used to stock up on resources. The highlight of this day was unlocking the Grim Ranger vest that looks pretty sweet, ain't gonna lie. After having gotten tons of resources and moved some things around the workshop, I finally had the supplies and space to place down this massive tailoring workbench, which is great since this is where I can finally make the Hollow Fang gear. All I need is more items from the loom. To end off the day, I used the last bits of cotton yarn to make a hunter's cloak. This gives me more health and better resistances. Day 40, and it's back to the Dunley Farms for me to grab some cotton and to see if I can get my hands on some wool thread. But you know, we might as well take this time to explore to get more familiar with the surrounding land. So needless to say, this day was all about wreaking havoc in the Dunley farmlands. As the moon rose, I found myself on a rising mountain pass. The environment of the area seems to have changed a little bit. I looked at the map, and I'm about to reach the cursed forest to the north. Well, might as well see this through and see what this biome has to offer. I came across a village shortly after, whose residents appeared to be my natural nemesis, being werewolves. Moving on from this place, I reached a lush forest, seemingly like a jungle almost. This forest is also a lot more damp than I expected, and everything that I can find here has a skull on top of it, meaning this place is much higher level than I am prepared for. The positive aspect of this though is that I reached a waygate here, so for future ventures, I have a teleporting spot now. But that's enough of this risky business. I came all this way to get some thread. I continued to wreak havoc upon the citizens of Dunley in the early hours of day 41, all for some simple string. The best item that I looted is this here book to learn the Blood Hunter chest guard. I'm sure this item will improve my gear score significantly, but to learn it, I need the study first to unlock it.
I love my army so much.
I returned back to the cotton fields to make use of my time spent here, and then once done, chose to return home. I was making my way back in bear form when I saw that Christina the Sun Priestess was roaming along the road. I would love to take her on, but not with the garlic debuff that I'm currently hindered with. The reason that I'm walking home in bear form is not because I want to walk significantly slower, but the garlic exposure stacks go down faster this way. By the time that I made it home, the day had already fully passed, so on day 42, once enough cotton yarn was made, I proceeded to make the Hollow Fang boots, as the boots that I'm currently wearing are the lowest powered item on me. With these equipped, my power level has increased to 41, yet sadly with my mace out, it's only 38. To remedy this issue, I headed on over to the merchants and bought the recipe for the merciless copper mace, learned it, and quickly gathered the resources to make this new mace. Now at long last, my gear level is 41 with the mace. I was so excited to get my hands on some iron, and it works like a charm. So logically, a large portion of the day was spent getting as much iron as I possibly could. That was until I saw Christina the Sun Priestess. This was my chance, so I took her on, no questions asked.
Oh crap, he's got reinforcements from a militia veteran. I gotta go.
Yeah, with that militia veteran backing up Christina, I back off to let things calm down. Best not to fight her with that heavy hitter on her side. As soon as the coast was clear, I began to take chase, following her scent, only to see she is closely tailed by the veteran. The garlic patches in the area will also make this more annoying than need be. So my only option here is to lure her off the main road and attempt a very swift battle.
Go, my minions, go! Make this fast before the big guy shows up.
I will show you discipline.
You will show me nothing.
Fiction.
You will show me death, and pain, and suffering. Militia veteran, stay out of this.
This is my
Uh-oh. Nope, I couldn't do it. Oh, that was rough. That was so rough.
I can see that even though the power difference is only 3, I need to gear up some more. Managed to get my stuff back thankfully, and realized that I'm right next to the haunted iron mine. This place logically has iron listed amongst its resources, so following this boss seems to have been beneficial to me after all. The next day, I transformed into my rat form and tried to sneak on in, but still aggroed everyone regardless, so my only choice is to fight for the iron that I desire. Making quick work of the guardsmen, I began to loot this place of its precious minerals. I had a look deeper inside, and this place looks to be a little bit more haunted than our regular haunted houses. This place has straight up demons.
Oh. I am basically dead. How did I live that?
One thing that caught me off guard is that a boss by the name of Krieg the Undead General roams these mines.
Oh, Krieg the Undead General. Ooh, mama, look at you. Note to self, keep your eyes peeled.
Really seems like I walked into his territory. This place is a unique twist of hell and a funhouse. But let's focus. We need to get as much iron as we can. I snuck around this mine shaft and managed to get a lot of free loot all over the ground. However, I need to leave as none of these undead enemies can refill my blood pool, and I'm starting to get tapped. So with a hefty supply in my inventory, I made my escape. I had a quick refill on the nearest poor soul who was in my line of sight and cautiously made my way back home, which I reached in the afternoon and got straight to getting that ore smelted. And I noticed that I got a book in my inventory for a merciless Iron Reaper. This appears to be a new weapon, but again, it needs a study to be learned. This is now my top priority since everything apparently needs a study now. I also got a Scourge Stone, which is used to craft magical objects, and another tier 2 jewel. Spent the rest of the evening sorting my items and simply repaired my gear. The next day, I could see that waiting for the iron ore to be done smelting is going to take its sweet time, so I returned to thread farming for the time being. What I did notice is that I got a lot of thread from breaking boxes in camps, so that seemed to be the most efficient route to get it. So I hopped from camp to camp and got as much as I could, and at one of these camps, I saw a group of horses that sparked my curiosity.
I realize I can mount a horse. Giddy up, Rudolph! Die before me! Oh, never mind. Okay, that did not work.
Lucky me found another incredible ornate chest, and inside was a book to learn the tailoring flooring. Finally! Also yes, some jewels and some silver coins. I wonder what those are for. Now that I learned you can ride horses, I mounted Rudolph and rode him all the way back home, reaching my base at noon, excited as can be. However, before I got started with my plans, I discovered that I have silver sickness. Seems like I take damage over time based on the amount of silver that I'm carrying on me. I don't know why, but every time I use my evade though, I have critical strike for my next hit. No idea how I got this. Now about those armor upgrades, I got to making the Hollowfang chest guard as well as the leggings, and while the armor was being made, I actually got to name the horse to claim it as my own forever and ever until death do us part. Thanks to these new armor pieces that are incredibly fashionable, I got my power level up to 43, which if you remember, is the same as Christina the Sun Priestess. So I teleport to the Dunley farmlands, and as soon as I'm done teleporting, see that she's nearby. So it didn't take long at all to spot her on the road at the end of the day. Day 45 would be the day that I would get my revenge, and I was so tense during this fight that I completely forgot to talk.
I will do as the light demands me.
You will do absolutely nothing under my watch, lady. You know what? You guys have got to go.
I will show you discipline! Shining blessings! This is my conviction!
Oh!
Is this
Oh my gosh.
reward?
My whole body was tense during that. Oh man. I had no words
feel
during that
stronger.
fight. I had to clutch up there. Huh. Glad that's over. My arms are sore.
By defeating her, I got an illusion spell point, the ability to make wool thread, as well as a larger bag. My current objective now is to unlock prison cells, and of the next bosses, Vincent the Frostbringer allows me to unlock just that. He is incredibly close, so I might as well head towards him as well. I reached a militia encampment, which has to be where Vincent is located, but Jade the Vampire Hunter is in my way. I just barely managed to sneak my way on past her and can see Vincent is inside the camp. And as reckless as ever, I charged straight in.
Dare lay a finger on my feet.
Here we go, boys. This is it. Go, my people, go. Okay, oh, that's bad. He freezes and it's daytime. That is a whole lot of no. Okay. If he freezes me in the sun, I am a dead man. Okay, this is not good. This is really bad. This is a really bad time to be here. Okay, you know what? Let me just try and heal up here a little bit, okay? Give me a moment.
I feel a chill coming on.
Okay, this guy is a whole new breed. No, I'm out of here. That is not happening. Not today. Nope. That is not happening. Will you just go back? Please! Would you just go back? Just go back. Just go back. Just leave me alone. Go back to your home. Just stop chasing me, please. He doesn't stop chasing me. Wolf form, go.
I feel a chill coming on.
Leave me alone. I'm so sorry. I beg of thee. Woo.
Eventually, I managed to escape Vincent and took some time to heal up. Right after, I took a little look-see inside and saw that Vincent is now on his own. I gave it another go to figure out what exactly makes him so strong. Turns out, he doesn't just block damage, he deflects it. So now having this knowledge, I took another horse and made my way back onto Fort Flea. I reached it at nightfall and named my new horse Raymond. I can now set wool thread to be made, so no more needing to farm it. I was also lucky enough to grab another Unsullied Heart in that last outing, so I can make another Greater Blood Essence. It was at day's end where I made the Hollow Fang gloves, completing the armor set, reaching gear level 44 to be now on par with Vincent. Day 46 started off a bit differently than expected, as I began to track Tristan, the Vampire Hunter. He is very close, on the kill list, and we are now at the same level, so we might as well get this over with. I find him in the nearest bandit camp right outside of Fort Flea, and so I lay in wait for him to be out in the open and make my pounce.
There you are, hotshot. Walking all smooth and smug and confident. Well, guess what? I am at your level now. I think it's time.
You're the trash, and I am the shovel.
That's a lot of talk for somebody who's about to be flipping dead. How about these? And some of those. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting to kill you. Okay. Evasive maneuver time. This is not a retreat. This is just tactical strategies. Why are you red now? I saw your level to now. Did you just get stronger? Seriously? Okay, I need a little bit of a moment here. Tristan, just focus on the tree end, please. Just focus on the tree end while I heal up. Oh my gosh, that hurts so bad. Oh my gosh. Nope, nope. Oh boy. Nice and steady. No. I said nice and steady. I just gotta play it slow. Play it slow. Get the health orb. Okay, no. This is a bad place. This is a bad place. Oh no. No. Not daytime. Not daytime, please. Skellies, cover your boy.
I won't be the last one. Come for you.
Oh, that was entirely thanks to my army. If it wouldn't have been for them, I would have been so dead. Daytime came in at the single worst possible time. So, without further ado, my good friend, it's time for you to see the afterlife. Boom. Done and dusted. I'm so glad to have this guy over with.
Having defeated this rival of mine has unlocked me a blood spell point, blood hunger, and the ability to craft great swords. Upon returning home, I discovered that the greatest gain from defeating Tristan, however, is the ability to craft greater blood essence from regular blood essence. So I filled up the blood press to the brim with regular essence to get things rolling, and the fun doesn't stop there. I can now finally craft this smithy at day's end. The ability to make iron weapons is now at my fingertips. 47 had me changing some stuff in my spellbook. See, I placed down this Altar of Recollection and reset my Frost spellbook, also that I could learn the Ice Nova spell. I also reset my Unholy School to learn Corrupted Skull. Up next, I learned the Crimson Beam spell from the Blood Magic School, as well as Power Surge from the Chaos Magic spell list. My idea was to get a combo down with Ice Nova and Army of the Dead, since I have a tier 2 jewel for Ice Nova, which should shield my allies. I'm just not entirely sure if this applies to these types of minions, but we'll see. I decided to play off of this idea even further, as I'm able to improve Blood Rage with a tier 1 jewel, which heals nearby allies and applies haste to them, so Ice Nova and Blood Rage should work well with my Army of the Dead. all of this is to prepare for the fight with Vincent. I was not coming back home without a win, but before I left, I was pleasantly surprised to see that 6 greater blood essences already were done crafting. And to my luck, I have looted just enough reinforced planks in order to finally place down my throne, which is incredibly tall. Upon sitting in it, I have a map shown to me. Here I can select a territory, but notice that all the areas have an incredibly high power level compared to Herald, so I end up giving Herald my last armor set since I upgraded, along with my own copper crossbow. I then decide to send Herald to the Bandit logging camp area, as he's just a bit higher level than required for it seems. The success chance marked at 100%, so I let the hunt begin, I guess. They grow up, the henchmen, they grow up so fast. This allowed me to unlock the crypt flooring. Now, about this blood moon that is active at the moment, if there was ever a moment to strike Vincent, it would be right now. So there is no time to wait for ingots to be smelted for a new weapon. I simply prepared a few meds and teleport to the farmlands with great haste, and reach the camp precisely at midnight. Day 48, and the time has come. I start the attack by filling up my blood, taking out the henchmen outside of the camp. A fight breaks out so large though that I need to use all of my abilities before the actual fight happens. But at least that's most of his lackeys out of the way in case I should need to escape from this fight, but I doubt it.
Alright, it's now or never, everybody! And by everybody, I mean everybody! Blood rage. Everybody's raging. I love to see it. Where did my army go? Okay. When he does that ability with the shield, I'm just not going to poke him. It's that simple. Like that one. I'm just not going to touch him. Okay. So one thing is clear. I am not able to avoid confronting him head on. Why are you so fast? Health orbs? This is good. I didn't get this far last time. Oh, that was so close. I almost dodged that. My army is about to be ready. Come, my brethren. Oh, it's so close. Oh, I'm so close. Come on. Sun is about to rise. Come forth, my minions. Pile him. While I heal, please, keep him occupied. Whoa, that's new. What the heck is that?
I feel a chill coming.
Oh, I almost have him. I almost have him. Oh, I almost have him. Please, please, please. No. Woo! Oh, that almost killed me. Oh, that almost killed me. Oh my god. Oh, look at my health. Oh, I had to clutch that. Dear Lord, that was close. Ooh, mama.
New knowledge acquired.
Oh my gosh. I am so out of here. The sun is about to rise. We were equal gear level with a blood moon with an actual setup. That was insane.
This granted us the knowledge to craft prison cells, reinforced planks, and logically granted us a frost spell point. The next boss on the list is Maya the Dark Savant. However, she is in the level 47 tier, so it's time to get those iron weapons made. I reached home around noon and got straight to making an iron greatsword. And dear lord, this bad boy is beefy. It's a slow hitting weapon, sure, but it has a nice charge attack skill as well as a leaping slash. This weapon also increases my level to 47, putting me on par with Maya. She unlocks the study when defeated, which I wanted so badly. However, I wanted to enter this fight prepared, so I was waiting for ingots to be ready to make an iron ranged weapon. I had a look at different drinks in this time to see what can help me in the fight, and see that this blood brew is really good for healing and that the enchanting brew is good for a damage increase. I have one blood rose brew at hand already from my looting, so that's going straight into my inventory. I begin day 49 by crafting an enchanted brew, and since I'm still waiting for ingots to be done, I went to get some more copper as I need some more to make some servant crypts now that greater blood essence is no longer an issue. I take my squad out and decimate a wandering caravan. The greatsword is incredibly fun, might I add, and the wagon has a few good jewels and items inside, as well as a jewel for the frost bat. At midday, I place down another furnace and attempt to speed up the ingot smelting, and in the afternoon, a second servant coffin was placed down. After this, my iron longbow was finally made. It still has the spread shot with a bit of knockback, but now has a long shot that applies a snare. Papa likey. Considering I'll be using the greatsword more often, I decided this is a good time as any to swap out the spells in my build, and relearning Ice Nova along with Frost Bat, since both of these spells I have a tier 2 jewel for. As for my ultimate ability, since I'm not trying to buff my allies anymore, I decided to equip Crimson Beam as my one healing skill now. To my surprise, I even managed to place a 3rd Servant Coffin. Scratch that, a 4th Servant Coffin. Things are getting quite interesting. I stuck around the base a little while longer and maxed out my servant slots later in the evening, so all that's left, I guess, is to invite 4 more friends on over for a slumber party. We've reached the halfway mark, day 50, and it was used to hunt down new friends. I'm wanting all of them to be of different types. At the lumberyard, I found this woodcutter who had a high percentage under his health bar. At this point, I didn't really know what the percentages under the health bars meant, so I just assumed bigger number, better. So yeah, put him in a trance and managed to escape with him just before the guards noticed us, and like this made our way back to Fort Fleet.
No! How dare you! You have to be kidding me! I had a name for him and everything! He was a lumberjack! He was gonna be Larry the Lumberjack!
Although not perfect, I managed to put this mugger under my trance and brought him upstairs, no questions asked. Here he was set to be converted, but note that I needed to rearrange some of my servant coffins since I couldn't access all of them. 1 new friend down, 3 more to go. Next up was this thief with 36% warrior blood next to my base. Was no problem at all to get that one done, and then search throughout the night for my next victim. Ally is what I mean. I reached a mining camp. This place is bound to have good workers, and dear lord, Bloodbeam is amazing. It's just a bloody Kamehameha. At this point, I chose to go for any worker regardless of the blood percentage as to not waste any more time. At the beginning of day 51, this worker got all snug and comfy in his coffin, and then I got my 5th and final servant at the lumberyard, so tucking him in happened not too long after. I then crafted up a prison cell and placed it down behind the staircase, and for it, subdue a weak poacher that was just roaming nearby, who shall never see the light of day again. I can now passively extract his blood essence, but I do need to feed him from time to time by the looks of things. Now, I want to tap his blood to complete the objective, but I need more glass to make a bottle, but I can't make any yet as I need to unlock the ability to make glass. So back on the boss grind it is. I reached the Forbidden Tower as the sun sets and made my way up a very fine piece of architecture, readying myself for an upcoming battle.
Hey, you are Maya. How you doing? Are you chill? Do you get mad if I'm just here? Can I just read?
Don't touch anything.
Okay, all right. That explains more than enough. Let's just get this over with. Okay, so you're chill, and that means Ice Nova should deal more damage to you. Like that, and then like that. That's the combo right there.
No
Let's
one will hit
Kamehameha everything in this bitch. Ow! That's gonna leave a paper cut. Healing orbs, please. Yes. Yes. Oh no.
The exquisite suffering of a paper cut.
Oh dear lord. Nope. I'm out. I don't want to die here. I don't want to backtrack all this way. Her minions are so annoying.
Okay, I can see that she is much tankier than she appeared to be, so I need a little bit of a new approach. On day 52, I went straight back into battle, choosing to use the greatsword this time.
No one will hinder my research.
Honestly, the greatsword? Really sweet amount of damage right there. Really liking this. I need to keep my special ultimate ability for when I need to heal. Like now would be good. Here. Health orb. Health orb.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
There we go. Okay, I wanted to get rid of those little dudes.
A taste of knowledge.
No, that was so close. That was so close. Just not quite there yet.
Now, I'm not sure if the pronunciation is Maya or Maja, my English isn't the best, but she kicked my ass. So I quickly had to make my way back so I can grab my items. For my 3rd attempt, I'm going to remember to use my special brews that I brought.
Here we go. Here's one potion down. Let's have at it.
Out! Out!
Shut up! Oh, I missed that so hard. I whiffed that. Healing. Nice.
Give me your life, my minion.
Nope. No healing for you. Only for me. Oh, that deals so much damage.
Demon. Give me your life, my minion.
Nope. Look, he's dragging himself. He's like, no, mama, no. Oh, yeah. This feels good. This feels good. I like this. I like this a whole lot. Bada boom.
I was so close.
Ah, not close enough, Muma. Now come here. Give me thy knowledge.
Taste of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know what they say, knowledge truly is half the battle. Going at it correctly and understanding her healing mechanics is what won me the battle. With her defeated, I began to make my way back home, but had a little side quest going along the way.
That was a little bit close.
Now you see, that skirmish wasn't for nothing. See, I could have sworn that I saw a special ornate chest as I walked near this area, but for the life of me, I could now not find it. So if you see it, that means that Pixel has spotted it in the footage and put it in. If there isn't anything, well, then I'm just starting to lose my mind a little bit here. I first got back home once night had already set in, and immediately got to work preparing what I would need for the study. As the day was ending, I could tell I was going to be short on some iron ingots. Now before I would leave on day 53, I waited just a little while longer for all of my servants to be completed, as I could give them names and send them out to work. The mugger was named Mike, the thief I grant the name Thomas. Up next we have Moses the miner, and of course we have Larry the lumberjack. I then proceed to gear up my servants with basic gear, but of course not the lowest tier stuff, so I took a good portion of the day to gather some resources to gear up the boys.
What the heck? Why is there a spider in my base? What? No, wait, what? Excuse me? Hell no, wait a flippin' minute. You guys hold right there. What did I just witness?
There's no space in my inventory.
I think some of our boys died. This is Mike. Thomas. Harold. Oh, Moses the miner has died. Oh, I can resurrect. Never mind, that's not too bad.
It was first very late in the evening where I got to equip the team with the gear that I had been crafting all day. Day 54 had me grinding out just a few more resources, and with this got everybody geared up to upgraded bone gear, as well as getting all of their rings to blood bone rings. I was surprised to see that Moses already had resurrected, so he got geared up as well. With everyone at the ready, it was time to send them out to work as duos. But my plans hit a little bit of a snag. See, I thought by sending in two to a larger region to go work there, it would combine their levels to count towards the minimum here at the sword symbol, but it still counts them as individuals. What this means is I need to upgrade their gear just a little bit more before sending them out, and this would happen in the form of merciless copper weapons, so of course I was grinding copper up until midnight and deposited all into the furnaces. Day 55 mainly comprised of working on the gear level upgrades for my henchmen, but I did a couple of tasks in between, like beating another caravan and successfully looting it. Amongst the loot was a book for a 4th ring, that being of the Spellweaver. The grind for copper was slow, and this is where for once I decided to use my brain. I know it doesn't happen often, but it pays off, trust me, because I decided if I need copper, like lots of it, I should go to where the copper is. That makes sense, because there's literally a bandit copper mine, so off we go on an expedition. I reach the location by midnight and make short work of its local inhabitants. What's theirs shall soon be mine. 56 began with plundering the mines to my heart's content, and here is where I learned what the blood percentages mean on NPCs. In this case, I absorbed a 90% worker blood quality, which increases my gathering qualities by an insane amount. This put me into overdrive into getting resources like a madman. I encountered Errol once more, swiftly dispatched the dude, and decided that I do not want to drain him of his blood since I was worried that I might lose this amazing gathering buff. With an inventory filled to the brim with copper, I made my way on home, pleased with the results. Once upon my arrival, the copper was all set to smelt. I quickly deposited the remaining loot that I have, since I have a plan, and that is to plunder the haunted iron mine before this worker's blood is drained out of my system. And that is not all. I planned that when I would leave, I would have a crack at Krieg. I reached the mine at nightfall, but discovered the entrance was blocked by another wandering boss, this being Meredith the Bright Archer. This might be perfect though, as I follow in behind them and mine where they can't see me. If we get lucky, she might weaken Krieg for me, and sure enough, I come across them battling and sit back, enjoying the show. Patiently, your favorite opportunity hunter waited for the correct moment to strike. It was on day 57 where my plan and patience finally paid off.
Nuke time! Oh, sneaky! Oh, this paid off beautifully. Right place at the right time. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel stronger.
This is the definition of a double whammy. To the victor goes the spoils. In this case, the coward, but let's just ignore that.
I found a book on the floor for merciless iron pistols, 2 unsullied hearts, and best part of it all, I did not lose the 90% worker's blood, so I have the entire mine shaft to myself. For having, well, beaten, for lack of a better term, Meredith, I got my first storm spell point and the recipe for a holy resistance potion. For taking down Krieg, the main highlight is the ability to now craft Reapers, which are scythes. From the Unholy Magic Tree, I unlocked the Soulburn spell, which deals damage and heals. Of the Storm Magic Tree, I unlocked Cyclone because it sounded cool. I took this time to strip the entire mine clean of its iron ore. There was so much work to be done that it took me all the way into the afternoon hours when Krieg actually respawned, but I'm so close to filling my entire bag, so with just a few more nodes gathered up, filled it completely. So it's time to take my leave, or so I thought, since Meredith is at the front door again. I let her pass. Right then and there, she and Krieg fought again. I get attacked in the crossfire, sure, but take this chance to head on out. Under the darkness of night, I found my horse that apparently is still under my name, so I rescued it from captivity and rode it back home. Upon reaching Fort Flea, I took this time to rename the horse Rhonda. The next thing I do is to place the iron ore into the furnaces. One of them is for iron production, while the other is for whetstones for the moment. To start off day 58, I decided to dye my clothing to better suit my style, and once I was done with that, got to work to finishing the merciless copper swords for the gang. And not only did all of them eventually get merciless copper swords, but they also got Night Stalker chest pieces. During the time spent upgrading the boys, Errol the Hunter, our main boy, has made his return and brought with him general items. What this tells me is whatever he brings me is low level, but it does save us a lot of time for grinding. It's clear to me that using these on a server that's live 24/7 would be incredibly efficient. But another exciting thing happened this day. I was finally able to place down that study that I had been wanting to make for quite some time. To finish off the day, I ended up making Night Stalker boots for the entire crew, as upgrading their armor sets entirely seems to be a move I'm going to need to make in order to send them out for successful hunts. On day 59, I made use of the new study. Finally, I got to learn the Merciless Iron Reaper blueprint, as well as the newly obtained Merciless Iron Pistols blueprint, which has me so excited because honestly, very few games allow you to use a scythe or dual pistols, and I got Merciless books for both of those, so I 100% am going to use them a ton. And the hype doesn't stop there. I finally got to unlock the Blood Hunter chest guard and the Tailor's flooring. With a loss of blood, I refill myself, losing the good worker blood in the process. At daybreak is when I finally managed to upgrade all of the servants to Night Stalker gear, and decide to reward Harold for such a good job by equipping him with my own personal iron bow. And as the sun sets, so too are my minions set off onto their hunts. Now, since I do not have the normal iron pistols yet, I can't craft the merciless ones. However, that cannot be said about the Reaper. And after crafting up this bad boy, I give it a literal spin. Seems like it's good for wide range attacks. It also seems to deal bonus damage to undead creatures. Now then, the boss grind has to continue, so I choose to now track Leandra the Shadow Priestess. But before I would leave on day 60, I crafted another iron longbow for myself since I gave away my last one, and placed down this Devour, which is a freaky looking thing. What it does, it converts items into resources. Such a nifty boy, disposing of items that I no longer have use of. Just look at him go. Now about that hunt, using the portals really cut down my travel time drastically, and I managed to locate Leandra at a place called the Church of the Damned. As I made my way on in, I am very pleased to have this scythe as I begin to cleave through undead enemies with ease because it is stronger against them, making it the perfect tool for the job. I reached the height of the church, finding pedestals of purple fire and heavy guards that seem to be protecting Leandra, casting some sort of ritual. But this battle is going to be rough as I notice that I am basically out of blood, but I have come too far to back down. Yep, here goes nothing.
Alright, I have a really bad feeling about my blood pool and doing this fight, but let's just ignore that little fact there and try out this site, shall we? Okay. She summons demons, that's to be expected. Okay, let me just try and heal up. And you have to block it with pillars. Of course you do. Okay, there's absolutely no way in heck that I'm beating this fight. Not in my current state. I need blood to heal. This was a bad idea. I'm so sorry.
I was forced to retreat in search for blood, barely getting away with my life. The first living beings I came across as I left the church was some wolves, and although not the best, their blood will do for now to top me off so I can heal my wounds. Before I would return to fight Leandra on day 61, I made the choice to look for creatures with high blood quality, hoping this would give me some sort of advantage in the fight. I did end up spotting a militia warrior at 83%. In the confusion of battle, I managed to sneak a sip of his blood and fell back. I now have greater physical power, better weapon skill cooldown, and some reduced damage and increased damage percentage. This shall do nicely. I returned back to the church, thankful that not everything has respawned, so once at the top, threw myself at this boss once more.
Hello, Muma. You miss me? Notice that she doesn't really freeze from my attacks. Oh, wow, that was an impressive attack right there. You know what? Props to you for being so in shape. She likes to run, though. She really does. And her warriors seem to be glass cannons, like they go in and do one attack, and that's it. Alright. Oh, of course you dodge my greatest attack. Of course you do, hon.
Do you hear them?
What? Oh no. Why is everything dark? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they are so strong. Elf orbs. Elf orbs. Nope. I just barely dodged that.
They're coming.
They're coming, and I am going. Thank you so much for your time. Dear Lord, she is tough.
This is surprisingly going to be much more difficult than I expected. I have no choice than to tuck tail and run back home, but had a spark of inspiration. I made my way to the nearest merchants. Who knows, maybe they have some potions or something of the sort that'll help me in this fight. So upon reaching a small town, I waltzed on over to the merchants, but they don't seem too friendly as they cower from me upon witnessing my grotesque face. Seems like they're just regular human folk that don't take too kindly to my kind. I was a bit confused on how to progress, but luck is still on my side as this coming night is a blood moon. This could very well be my ticket to victory. I quickly attacked a group of militia in an attempt to absorb a good quality rogue's blood, and I succeeded in doing so, but died in the process. This is fine. I respawned and made my way back to my loot. Upon retrieving it, I checked my new abilities. Seems like now I'll be able to deal more damage. Without wasting any time, I headed on back to the Church of the Damned, wipe up the enemies, and hope that the third time's the charm.
Okay, wow. Seriously, getting up here uses so much blood. Again, I finally get up here. Need to heal, and I'm basically out of blood. But let's hope this new blood quality does the trick. I should deal more damage upon critical hits. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use my greatsword. So let's get cracking, shall we?
Darkness calls, and it knows your name, creature.
We just got to stay glued to her. Alright, this will be a good time to heal. That's the perfect heal right there. She did not dodge it this time.
They're coming.
Okay, dodge that. Oh, I dodged that into the sky. Dodge her attack again with the leaf. That has to be my new favorite move.
Do you hear them?
Of course you leave. Oh, that's actually good info. If I hit them before they hit me, they die upon first hit. Boom! That was the trick. Great sword coming in clutch again. Rest in pieces.
Taste of knowledge.
As day 62 begins, taking in my victory from defeating Leandra, I have a look into my inventory. I got a bunch of Scourge Stones, Mist Stones, and a book for a Pendant of the Night. Seems like a lot of these unlocks are heavily magic oriented. The next bosses are at the same tier that Meredith was, which is 3 levels above my own. Now if this fight was this difficult, I am absolutely not ready for those, so I ride back home at the utmost haste by obtaining yet another horse who we shall name Regina, and thanks to her, I reached home at daybreak. I would love to place the artisan table that I just unlocked, but at this point it is ridiculous how cramped my base is. I need to take some time to expand. At least one thing can be checked off of my to-do list though, as I use the glass I have to make a vial. With this, I finally tap the blood of the human that I've kept captive all this time. This does kill him in the process, sure, but now I have blood to go. This unlocks prison flooring, by the way. The next step of my task list is to upgrade the castle heart to tier 3. But to do that, I need even more glass, which is a little bit of a problem. To make glass, I need to beat Grethel the Glassblower, who is at the same tier as Meredith. But first things first though, about that base expansion. I decided to make a small prison since I plan to get some captives of high blood quality to stock up on that. Once that was done, I set some cloth to be made for some tailor's flooring. I made sure to passively make some potions on the side as well. 63 started off with hearing fighting outside. There I spied a rogue with 95% blood quality, so to put the new prison to work, I lured her on in, setting her up nice and comfy in this new cell. Considering I want to harvest a lot of high quality blood from this prisoner, I will treat this one with more care, so I went fishing to get some food for my new guest. You need fishes to improve morale of the subject as well as their health. But this guest needs a name, I thought to myself as I was fishing by my river. Considering their life's purpose is to be my own personal blood bank, I ended up naming them Ruby because, well, rubies are red and so is blood, and that's about as creative as I was at the moment. I ended up catching a trout and fed it to Ruby in hopes that she will regain some health, meaning I'll be able to obtain more of her high quality blood. Now then, back to reorganizing this workshop of mine. Still a lot to do with this mess. I remodeled some stuff, including tearing down parts of the ruins nearby and expanded the workshop itself. At around 8 PM, all tailoring pieces I own have their own room and so are buffed. One thing I have not done till now is place windows into their frames, so that was something that was finished up before midnight. I ended up remodeling straight into the next day and eventually noticed that I'm going to need an alchemy room as well as a library, but as I do not have these floorings unlocked yet, I can put those off for now, but it is a goal that I set for myself. I placed down the newly unlocked artisan table, so now I can learn what it is used for. Seems like here I'm able to make all sorts of jewelry. I set some scourge stones to be crafted in the furnace and discovered that I have just enough gem dust for what I had in mind next. I pop by the traders to see what they have and get lucky to be able to purchase the recipe for alchemy lab flooring. By the looks of things, one of my objectives is going to be completed very soon. While sulfur is set to smelt back home, I make the scourge stone pendant, which will greatly improve my power. Pretty lights. This does come at the cost though of removing my Duskwatcher ring, but the power up is definitely worth it. I want to turn it into the pendant of the night, but to make that I'm going to need more glass, which is just another reason to go and beat the glassblower boss. At day 65, I finished making the alchemy room. That's one step closer to completing the remodeling that I have been working towards. Right after that, I upgraded my Reaper to the Merciless Iron Reaper. This bad boy skyrocketed my power level to 50. I am now on par to hunt Grethel the Glassblower. I want Ruby's blood with me to fight the next boss, and see that in order to heal her, I need to feed her higher tier fish. One fish that I found at the back of my lockers was a Twilight Snapper, and it seemed to do the trick as she healed rather nicely and it improves morale, but I wanted Ruby to heal up faster. So I took out Rhonda and went on a little fishing trip. Finding a good spot was rather difficult, but that's when a thought popped into my head. I remembered that we fought the boss Finn the Fisherman, and that place where we fought him should be real good fishing, and surely enough, this place is a prime spot for it. So I hopped right to it. And of course, it would be nice if we eventually end up getting some actual fish. I fished this pond dry on day 66 and only have one snapper to show for it. This did not entirely go to plan, but when do they ever? I fed Ruby this fish, and this is when I discovered that a fat goby can recover all of a prisoner's health. I so happen to have a few of them in my box. With Ruby now fully healed, I tap the blood and hope she doesn't die. To my surprise, it takes about 1/3 of the prisoner's health. After feeding on an innocent soul for breakfast, I teleported to the Dunley Farms to begin searching for the glassblower. This had me going through a mountain pass, thinking that I'm close to the target, but instead find Terra the Geomancer. That's not quite right. I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere. This must be kind of what Zorro feels like 90% of the time. At sundown, I came across a quartz quarry, and based on how bosses are named in this game, this is absolutely the right location.
This is bad. This is really, really bad. Ame. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's a whole army decimated.
After clearing out some of the citizens, I made my way deeper into the quarry, looting a ton of really good jewels from the militia's belongings. Later in the evening is when I found Grethel the glassblower in the center of the encampment. In preparation, I drink Ruby's blood, a blue potion, a red potion, and a yellow potion. So with all that down the hatch, day 67 began, and so did the fight.
Okay, so she throws glass fidget spinners. That's cool and all. No hate. But honestly, I am buffed out of my freaking mind, so I highly doubt there's anything you can do against it. Thanks for holding still. I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna try and maybe recover a little bit healthier with a red potion. There we go. Oh no, did not want to switch weapons. I'm only a, generally speaking, even match against her with my scythe out, so swapping weapons is a no-go. Will you hold still, will ya? Woo! I just barely dodged that with my life. She always manages to dodge that one. I always miss that. Heal while she's blocking. Okay, very good, very good. That heal is probably gonna come in clutch to win this. There we go. Landed that again, just in time. Oh my god.
Feel the burn.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. I was so close. Look at her health. What the heck? That is not fair.
I just barely lost that fight, but I'm still grateful that I recently unlocked a waygate close by, so I quickly made my way back.
Okay, let's see here. How about we prepare and go in for seconds, shall we?
Showing up to my workshop uninvited.
Part of me wants to use my Kamehameha like super early in the fight, because if I'm lucky, I'm able to use it twice. Oh no, I walked in on that. Oh, I'm so stupid. That is probably a little bit of the most dangerous attacks that she has. Those glass spikes, they're so unpredictable. Healing?
Impressed?
No. This is so chill. I'm not impressed at all. You're definitely not clapping my booty. Oh my gosh. Okay. Health. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That was some pretty good dodging and attacks there. Shut up. Woo! Just barely got that orb. Oh dear lord. Nope, I'm not attacking you when you do that. I've learned. Oh yeah, we got this. Easy, easy, easy. Nice. I say we had it easy. It was definitely not. But let's just pretend it is for a second while I have my little victory drink.
New knowledge acquired.
Defeating her unlocked me a storm spell point, the ability to make glass, and a better blood rose potion. The last level 50 boss to beat is Bane the Shadowblade. But before we hunt this one down, I made the most of this trip and began gathering as much quartz as I possibly could so I can make use of it right away when I returned home. One thing I noticed while harvesting the quartz though was I don't even have an iron mace yet. This will be rectified when I return. At sundown, I managed to deplete the quarry of most of its quartz, so now it's time to head back to Fort Flea. On my trek home, I am very close to the center of the map, where there's an area that seems to be heavily guarded called Dracula's Demise. I waste no time riding on to see what I might encounter. This place seems to be very putrid and rotten, and I spy with my little eye Flea's distant cousin, a flesh golem that looks like an assortment of human body parts mixed together in unholy fusion. I attempted to loot something that the flesh golem left behind, but this was one of my many bad ideas.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go.
In my excitement, I saw that I didn't even go into Dracula's Demise. I just went straight into Gloomrot. I have a peek at Dracula's Demise right after, and there seem to be devilish underlings protecting the area that seem to kill anything on sight that get too close. I simply make a break for it right after, since I got quartz to smelt and things to make. In all of this chaos, day 68 began, and I noticed that Bane is actually nearby. Maybe I can get a 2-for-1 on this outing. Worth a try at least. Although it seems like he's in the Bastion of Dunley, so I need to take a look inside, of course. I tried to fight my way into the Bastion, but end up sneaking around using my rat form. Or so I thought.
Oh great.
Sneaking can only last so long until a bell ringer gives away my location. So I made my way back to the fort, and again, came across a boss that I was not looking for. This time, it was Octavian the militia captain. Considering if I should have Adam or not, I had a look into my inventory and saw that I had silver coins, meaning I have silver sickness, so I am in no position to fight anyone, especially with the sun about to rise and some of my gear being broken. So I ran for the hills, running along the road yet again, but I'm quick to learn that Bane is a wandering boss, as he was disguised in a cloak this whole time.
You are my enemy.
Turns out the boss is a wandering boss and he was disguised this whole time. Yeah, he's a disguised wandering boss. He seems to be allied with all those undead. Yep, this is a big no-go.
Well, I learned a thing or two from those engagements, but it's time to head home to deposit and repair. Soon as I arrive, quartz is set to smelt into glass, and I repaired my gear. I boosted Ruby's morale with some fish, and then tap her for some more blood. After that, I gave her a fat goby to recover fully. After that, I walk on over to the altar of recollection and reset my unholy school. I now learn the Death Knight, which I upgrade with a tier 2 jewel and place it into my ice bat slot. And I was happy to see that the Death Knight wields a scythe just like me, so I guess we're best friends now. To start off day 69, I have 2 blood potions from Ruby, and then proceed to make some of the better blood rose potions that I recently unlocked. I place down a second prison cell as well, in case I find a good worker like the last one that I used to get iron. After that, I made myself the iron mace for better ore gathering, and once noon came around, teleported back to the farmlands in search of Bane the Shadowblade. Upon a second teleport, he is registered as very close. It seems like I'm actually right behind him, so I should be able to catch him without his entourage.
Let me just pop Ruby's blood here real quick, and let's get started. I'm excited to see how my Reaper is going to work for this. There. Is that going to keep you occupied? Oh yeah. Okay, so my Reaper obviously isn't immortal, but I'm pleased to see how long it lasts. Uh-oh.
Look twice.
Of course. Whoa, wait a minute. Let me just heal up here real quick. Hold the phone. Well, where are you then? Okay, so, oh, this is so great. This is just the best. Yeah, let me just skedaddle for a sec there. This is a doozy. I already used the special healing potions, and I'm dead. And I don't even know where he is. What was that fight?
Having been, well, for lack of better words, obliterated, I respawned and got my items back before facing him one more time.
Darkness never ending. Into the dark.
Okay, at least I got his health orb strip here again. And I saw for a brief second here that this is the guy. So, you know what? Screw you. There you are. All it took was hitting the right one, I guess.
Walk with the shadows.
I don't see the one. Now I don't know what to do.
Attack.
Okay, I managed to make him reappear again.
The dark.
Go, my henchman, go! Oh my gosh, please. Please. Oh, no. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was so clutch. One more hit and I would have been dead. Oh my gosh. I feel tired.
Having beaten Bane, I unlock an unholy spell point, human transformation, and the ability to craft slashers. The human form was what had me the most excited though, since maybe by transforming, I can buy some stuff from those merchants that were scared for me that one time. On day 70, thanks to this new human form, I was able to infiltrate the Dunley Farm market with ease, although it seems like they only want to trade in silver coins, which I don't have on me right now. Perfect. Their items are great, but sadly does not matter if I don't have the currency to buy things. Before heading on home, I remembered that gemstones are becoming a little bit more important down the line, so I began to harvest them here. I was happy to see that I was getting more regular rubies, which is what I need for my pendant upgrade. Luckily at Bedrock Pass there are tons of gem nodes, so I hopped onto it. Once I was satisfied with the amount of gems on me, I made a pit stop at the Church of the Damned for some grave dust, as I needed to restock on it for an item that I plan to make. As much as I do like the Death Knight, from the loot that I got here, I got a tier 2 jewel for my Frostbat, so welcome back my flappy old friend. As for why I was trying to grind grave dust, I needed to make scourge stones, but they seem to be more common of a drop than actually getting the precursor item, so that's cool, just saves me a couple steps. Once the church was plundered of all of its belongings, I simply rode back home when I found a peculiar fella.
You seek battle with
Oh, I seek no battle with Belmont. No, sir. I am so fine. I am so fine. He doesn't even have a level.
I arrived back home precisely at midnight. So day 71 began with a quick repair of my gear, and with my resources in hand, began my upgrades. First, starting with the Pendant of the Night. This gives me Life Leech and puts me at a level of 53, on par now with the next set of bosses. I also unlocked the Blood Hunter boots at my study. The Blood Hunter gear though requires thick leather, and to make it, I need to beat Frostmaw the Mountain Terror, so I begin to track it. Ruby generously donates more blood for my cause and is rewarded with a fish. So I guess we're ready. I'm off to face Frostmaw, and looks like he might be at the Hollowed Mountains, so I begin to make my way there, hoping that I am correct. At daybreak, for the first time, we reach a snow biome. And here the wildlife alone is enough to make me tuck home and run. Dear Lord, what are these moosies eating? Seriously. I then attempt to take the blood of a 100% quality wolf right here, but get torn to shreds in a matter of seconds. I can't believe I survived that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is this place?
I do end up succeeding in getting the wolf's blood, and now have an insane damage reduction and health regeneration. This is my first time having all blood perks unlocked. I then continue to climb the cliffside, searching for the boss. I make my way cautiously through the snowy forest under the darkness of night until I spot a giant abomination made of pure nightmare. Oh, this is going to be tough by the looks of it.
Okay, so I am pretty sure you're going to be resistant to all of my ice attacks, but let's just try and be positive here. Okay, now. Okay, and you do not get knocked back by my stuff. Gotcha. That's great. That's great. You also don't get frozen by my stuff. So my entire build is completely ineffective. And you have wolves with you now. That's just what the doctor ordered, to be honest. Oh my gosh. What is this? What is this? Oh no, I was trying to heal. I'm frozen. Oh my gosh. I gotta go. No. Oh my gosh, this guy is terrifying. Wow. I did get him to half though. I got him to half. That's not bad. Yeah, needless to say, I respawn as close as I can and rush to get my items back. And once I succeeded in doing so, I returned home to make more healing items and repair my gear, because what the fuck is that? At the start of day 72, I am notified that my henchmen have all returned from their missions. I take all of the loot that they have brought home and sort it accordingly. Logically, they get sent out immediately for their next missions. There are no breaks whatsoever in this operation. Once they were all sent out, I managed to make a new item, this here being the Dusk Collar. This will let me send any subdued human to the nearest empty prison cell. I then buy a brew of ferocity from one of the nearby merchants, and had no choice but to spend some time grinding for blood roses for more healing potions. To change things up for Frostmaw, I'm going to go full skeleton army, so I equip the Death Knight and Army of the Dead, as well as my Ward of the Damned. So with my new build at the ready, I made my way back to the snowy mountain and spotted Frostmaw at midnight. So it was on day 73 where I began the battle with Frostmaw once more. Okay, I am incredibly terrified, but let's just get this party started. Let's get all of our invitees. Let's get you out, just kind of have a good time, throw a little party. I'm just gonna chill here for a sec. I forgot to drink my potions and my entire army is dead. That is just fabulous, is it not? There we go. Let my little army do its thing. I'm gonna drink Ruby's blood just so I get topped off. Summon my little minion boy. Heal up. Just in time. Oh my god, he hurts so bad. Dear Lord, heal. The thing is, my skeletons only helped me enough to get a brief moment of freedom from his relentless attacks. Shield. Ward. He dropped his healing orbs. Oh my gosh, please. Okay, so he's got a Kamehameha of his own. Okay, my shield did not help against his special little attack there, but Death Knight absolutely tanked some hits there. There we go. That's good. When he hits me like that, that summons some skeletons. That gives me a brief moment to resummon. If only he would care. If only he would care. Oh, he's down? Was it the moose? Did the moose do it? Did the moose get the kill? Wait, what? You have to be joking. Oh my gosh. What? Moose, you'll not be forgotten as you fade away into the ether. Moose the MVP. Exhausted, I returned back home, but I'm excited because now it is time for some much-deserved upgrades. As soon as I arrived, I get to work on making thick leather by combining thick hide with oil. With the frost spell point I got from Frostmaw, I unlocked the Arctic Leap ultimate spell, so I guess I'm going full ice now. Ice Leap seems devastating, and I'm here for it. As soon as I had enough of the new leather, I made the Blood Hunter's chest guard and boots. So I guess now we'll really be killing him with style, oh yes indeed. And here's where I think I noticed one of my mess-ups. See, since the last time that I sent out all the boys, I think I've been wearing one of their pants. Pretty sure my gear level's been lower than need be. so a quick trip to the farmlands was needed to get as much cotton as I felt like using the good old Weed Whacker 9000. By the time midnight struck, I made it back to Fort Flea and got to work on replacing those pants. And day 74 began with making the Mountain Peak bag. What this does is add more inventory space, gives me silver immunity, and even increases my max health. I then managed to make the Hollow Fang leggings that I should have been wearing in these last few fights. So now I am at gear level 58. Hopefully the next few bosses will be smooth sailing because of this emphasis on hopefully. As you could expect, I needed to grind more roses for more health potions, but I got tired of this very quickly, so I ended up expanding my farm for a bit, and planted blood rose seeds soon after for convenience sake. I did manage to whip up a few potions for the time being, and made my way onto the next boss being Terra the Geomancer. Considering I already spotted this boss, I knew exactly which waypoint to teleport to. The only issue I find is that there is no shade at her arena, so I make the choice to just mine some more larger gems as I waited for the sun to set. However, I had a small confrontation with her pet golem who ended up smashing away the only bit of shade available to me, which led me to almost being burnt to a crisp. Things were getting tough before they even started, so it was first under the protection of night where I decided to unleash my frozen arsenal of magic upon Terra.
Okay, Terra's the name. Look, there is still a lot of bosses for me to do, and I kind of gotta really get a move on, so I'm just gonna whip out this little scythe here, and I'm going to freeze you, and just immediately cast my ultimate on you. I don't care. I do not have time for anything besides progress, so... Oh, I see how it is. We're using overpowered shit again. Good to know. Good to know. That is handy, dandy information. The good thing is she's slow, so it's not even that rough. Like, she doesn't take any damage. That is a little bit of an issue. But she's kind of all right, you know? Like if this is all she does, then I don't know what there is to be worried about.
Stones of Andoran.
I just unleashed all of my attacks on her at that one specific moment. This just might be the easiest boss we've fought until now. It's really not that bad, which is a first actually in this run. I'm pleasantly surprised. I've barely taken any damage in the entire fight. Oh, okay, so she does that one quite a few times. Noted. You know what? This is okay. Look, just use my bat, use my Ice Nova, and obliterate. Honestly, didn't break a sweat. Sure, my gear level is a little bit higher than hers, but this was actually really relaxing. Okay, let's hope we can keep this pace up, shall we? Defeating this boss unlocked the ability to make regular gems, as well as a siege golem, but by the looks of things, this is more so a PvP-oriented item. To end off the day, I begin tracking General Elena the Hollow. So day 75 set in, and seems like Elena is leading us to a new area, similar to the Frost biome where Frostma was fought. This area is known as Ruins of Mortium, and a new plant called the Bleeding Heart was obtained here. There are withered vampires running amok, but burst into flames when defeated, so this place has all sorts of new beasts to encounter. But we gotta focus, since there she is, rocking a massive crossbow. She's all alone, so this might be the best time to strike.
Okay, I don't know you. You look like another one of those that is...
Master Dracula.
You interrupted my monologue there. That's a little bit rude, but it's okay because I'm here to kill you. I'll forgive you this one time. But you look to be like one of those that might be resistant to my ice damage, so yeah, it kind of is what it is. Yeah, she is resistant. She does not freeze because of my attacks. Woo. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. The good thing is she holds still, which is just what I need for most of my attacks.
So he will have it.
Ice pillar. Excuse you. Oh, I need to break the pillar. Gotcha. You know what? I brought just the tool. Let me cut you down to size. There you go, mama.
Feel the chill.
Oh, did that seriously not cut you? Oh, you thought you predicted me there. Oh, not the date time.
Stay beneath us where you belong. Varderon bends to my master's will.
Okay, so look, you're a little bit putting us both at a stalemate by doing that. I got a giant rock, you got a giant ice pillar. We are not the same.
The Legion of Noctum will be victorious.
What's interesting is that she fights for Dracula himself based on her dialogue. So what that means is maybe that castle all the way at the west could be where Dracula lives.
Varderon belongs to Master Dracula.
Alright, you know what? You deserve to die by my ultimate.
I'm sorry.
There's a new head honcho in town. Coming for your ass, Dracula.
To my convenience, right next to the battlefield was a vampire merchant who charges Stygian shards for incredibly powerful weapons classified as ancestral. What's interesting enough though is that beating Elena unlocked the altar of Stygian awakening. So put 2 and 2 together and seems like I need to build this thing to figure out what the heck this currency is. I then had a glance at the next tier of bosses, and Jade the vampire hunter catches my attention as she unlocks primal blood essence and most importantly, the regular pistols, which I need to make my already unlocked merciless pistols. At sundown, as much as I wanted to go build the new things that I unlocked, I needed to spend some time fishing for Ruby. Gotta keep her fed after all, that blood ain't gonna make itself. Once Ruby was taken care of, I then could place down the altar of Stygian awakening. And from these symbols inside, seems like I'm also going to need Stygian shards here to unlock various tiers of passive abilities, but I still don't know how to get those. To kick off day 76, I gave myself into Evade skill, which is the Veil of Frost, so now all of my spells are ice oriented. This Evade gives me some healing, as well as shields, and afflicts chill. I quickly then teleport to the farmlands and head for the quartz quarry. I ignore all of the guards there, rushing to just get a small amount of the stuff. With a small amount in hand, I began to make my way back to base on the back of a new horse that I stole, and here I noticed that the coming night would be a blood moon, so I got no time to waste. At noon I got back and immediately got the quartz to smelt to glass. With that glass, the plan begins as I upgrade the castle heart to tier 3. This unlocks the technology called the Eye of Mortium. This was placed next to the heart of the castle, and here I can see that rift incursions will begin in 30 minutes. Seems like a special world event that'll take place. With the blood moon rising though while inside the base, I immediately pop Ruby's blood and teleport to the farmlands in search of Jade. As soon as I arrive, she appears to be nearby, so the hunt begins. I find her traveling along the road, so I wait for her to pass by a militia camp, not wanting to get unnecessary aggro. I trail behind her in human form for a while as to not alert the guards. But despite all of this, she notices me in my shape-shifting ways, so let the fight commence!
Okay, now, look. We might have gotten off on the wrong foot. Oh. I can see that she can silence me, and she dodged my ultimate ability, which is perfect for you, isn't it? There we go. Oh. That silence is so annoying, dude. Alright, I need to heal or something. Where are my healing potions? Where are my healing potions? Oh, she is nimble, huh? Wow, good you hold still, mama. Of course he signs.
One.
You're done.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh dear lord.
Dance
Wait.
for me.
Nope. I will not dance. I will not dance for you. Christina, no! No, 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 no! Please! Leave me alone.
One shot, one.
My ultimate is almost ready. My ultimate is almost ready.
Dance for
No, of course. I would have had this if Christina wouldn't have gotten in the mix. That pisses me off so much. That pisses me off so much. I respawned right away, rushed all the way back in hopes to not lose the benefits of the blood moon as day 77 rolls in.
I quickly swapped out Arctic Leap for Blood Beam and chase her down a second time. Okay, we don't have much time left in the nighttime, so let's just try and rush this a little bit, shall we? You know what? I'm gonna heal you already. You do your oh, you canceled my best ability!
Dance for me. Done.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Dance for
I see you!
one shot. Not.
Nice! Oh! My wrists, dude. Oh, my wrists. You are annoying. Note to self, silence is busted. I need me some of that. I was lucky enough to get a merciless Iron Mace book drop from this fight, and at long last, unlock those pistols. I quickly set myself to track Raxiel the Shepherd as he's nearby and I have a little bit of time left on this blood moon. I attempted to enter a monastery where it seems like this boss is located, but as soon as I entered, I suffer from holy radiation. Sadly, this means I won't be able to reach him in this night for a double kill, as I need a special potion to enter here, but at least we already learned how to make it. Upon my return to Fort Flea, I crafted the newly unlocked iron pistols, and you know these are getting upgraded right away. The pistols seem to have a cone volley attack, as well as a dodge shot. To restock on supplies at the end of the day, I ended up getting more of Ruby's blood and made more blood rose potions, which reminds me that I can mix grave dust with some sunflowers to make the holy resistance potions that we need. Day 78 came around and I was just fishing up some breakfast for Ruby, which is what I got to experience what the phrase shooting fish in a barrel feels like. Die! Jeez. Stinking fish. Once everything at base was sorted, I began to teleport around, looking for General Cassius the Betrayer. This brings me back to the ruins of Mortium. I passed through a vampire village with no issues at all, seems like I finally found my people, and then continued my journey. My journey led me further north, where I spotted him about to enter a fortress, so I attacked him before he could enter and with that get reinforcements, but seems like he has plans for that. Alright. So you're going to be at the receiving end of my new weapon. You have no choice in the matter, my friend. How about this? Why are you not taking any damage? Why is he not taking any damage? Why are you so strong? Why are you summoning so much? Is this what it feels like to fight me? If so, I'm very sorry to anyone that's faced me till now. Okay.
Serve the Legion of Nocturne.
He's not taking any damage at all. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. See that? He's not taking any damage. What is he linking over here? Night's Fall Edge? What? Freeze you. Oh, that's what it needed. His sword was making you immune, huh? Well then.
Come to us. This power was granted to us by the true king.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Nightfall Edge! We have something to show you.
Night's Fall Edge, I don't think so, buddy. I can't get it? Hello? Oh, he drags it around, too. No. That was so confusing. I didn't understand what I was doing wrong. Oh, that was tiring. Jeez. After being pummeled into the dirt, I respawned at the new waygate that I unlocked and quickly made my way back for round 2. I ended up using all of my healing potions, so this next round is going to be rather difficult. And to make matters worse, he entered the fortress. So I have some time to kill until he leaves, and I noticed that a rift incursion was happening nearby. This is something that I could see now thanks to the Eye of Mortium, so I made my way on over to do that since I can get Stygian shards there. Seems like I need to clear out a fortress of vampires, so at nightfall, I get to work. I reached an altar of what seems to be blood magic, and followed a dark trail of mist deeper into the keep. Here I see a demon of sorts,
called a Blood Prophet, and I'm guessing that I need to clear out everyone here. I pull off some sweet combos against all the aggressors, but get charmed by a seductive demon which pulls me into the fray.
Well, no, let go of me! You succubus! Do the enemies never stop? You know what? Fuck. I'm gonna feed off of you, head honcho. Come on now!
After beating what seemed to be like the main boss, I was unsure how to proceed with the event for a little bit, so I just killed everything in sight. That kind of always does the trick. This is when I saw that I got some Stygian shards from clearing that boss, as well as a tier 2 jewel for my ice evade. This means now all 3 of my ice belts have a tier 2 jewel equipped to them. I then continued to clear out any remaining Stygian beasts. This slaughter lasted quite some time, so much so that it led into day 79. And with that, I kept collecting Stygian shards, and this is when a lesser blood soul appeared at the altar, likely a mini-boss of sorts. This guy summons a lot of underlings though, which caused me to go down rather quickly. I then respawned and quickly made my way back to the keep. With my items finally recovered, I then had another go at this mini-boss since he had not fully recovered.
Oh my gosh! What the fuck?
I immediately dropped dead again. This guy is no joke. I have no choice but to keep throwing myself at him though, as I'm expecting a big reward at the end. Time and time again, I went down, but I kept going right back into the fight. Finally, my ultimate ability lays him to rest, putting an end to this mess. I then collect my reward, which is loads of Stygian shards. By the looks of things, the event is now over, and I decided this is a good moment as any to head back to base and see if I can get a passive ability unlocked. On my way home, I managed to entrance and send home a 97% warrior, so that prison cell is filled with someone we shall now name Reggie. I was sad to see that I was only 40 Stygian shards short of a passive ability, so I went to the next event to grab a few. By midnight, I had gotten just enough, but sadly perished in the process. At least on day 80, I managed to respawn and get all my stuff back. Didn't manage to fully beat this event before it closed due to the timer, but that's fine. I wanted to go home anyways. Now back at Fort Flea with enough Stygian points, I have a look at the passives that I can unlock and went with Chill Weave. This means that shields on me will absorb 10% more damage and deal 5% more damage to chilled and frozen enemies. This had me popping back over to the Altar of Recollection to reset my Frost School. This setup is the same, except I will now have the ultimate ability Ice Block. It shields me as well as heals me 10% of my max health while dealing damage and applying chill. Basically, I am now a walking snow globe. Pretty much all of my skills should play off of my new passive ability perfectly, as Ice Nova and Ice Bat with my jewels also apply shields. I then had to resort to fishing for a little bit since both of my prisoners were low on health and I couldn't collect any more blood from them. I happened to get no fish all day long, but was lucky that the trader had fat gobies for sale, so I bought his entire stock. In the evening, I took some time to update my knowledge by studying some books and tapped the blood of my new warrior. I also noticed that rift incursions happen at tier 2, but that would be way too difficult for little old me since it's an 80+ event, but I conclude that those events give me greater Stygian shards, which give tier 2 and tier 3 passives. The beginning hours of day 81 had me gathering just a couple more supplies around my base to make this brew of ferocity, as well as a couple other healing potions. With these in hand, I restarted my hunt of General Cassius, this time knowing where to find him, and more importantly, how to beat him.
Oh, right. I am so sorry for barging on in, but here's the deal, bud. I've learned from my past mistakes, that being that I should be using the scythe against you, and let's just potion up a little bit, huh? That sounds like a good plan, right? Vermin cell, right here. Get rid of your stinking sword. Oh no, you don't. Come back here. There it is. Have at him. All right, this is my time to whack a bit. Alright, time. Whoa! Why am I floating? That was weird. Kinda trippy. This is the perfect time to heal, though. You know what? Go back into the spinny thing, you stupid bitch. Ha! I blocked all of your best attacks, you stupid bastard. How does that feel, huh? Taste your own lemons. There you go. That ought to do the trick. You're not so tough now. About a bing and about a boom. Seriously.
Foliage.
I don't know what I was so scared about. Knowledge is power. This saying is true till this day. What did I just get? A level 20 weapon. Whirling iron thread. This is one of those special ones you gotta buy. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. I can't equip it. It's shattered. That's why I can't equip it. And it has a reforge cost. So I need to make a merciless iron whip, get whatever the heck radium alloy is, and then I can make this item. But this is good. This is like a base item to get a really good weapon. I'm really stoked to see if I can actually get this crafted. To keep up the pressure, I immediately walked on over to the waystone next to me and teleported near the Dunley Monastery, for it's time to face Raziel the Shepherd. What I do is I apply a holy resistance potion, transform into human form, and sneak my way inside. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. This plan ended up working like a charm since I managed to walk around freely without being bothered. Thanks to that, I managed to enter a giant holy church, at the end of which is our target Raziel holding a sermon. Oh, great shepherd, I come to thee seeking mercy. I am but a sinner. Why are there so many nuns here? Oh, they're villagers. Okay, they'll die for no apparent reason. Okay, so, yeah. I'm here to actually kill you. Surprise.
I will show you the will of the light.
Let me just get rid of your little buddy buds. Oh, did you just kill your own dude? Seriously? And I thought I was the bad guy. Uh-oh. You know what? It's time to bring out the big guns. He's stun-locking me! Why can't I use my ultimate ability? What? It's not working. Hide behind the pillar. It's not cheesing, it's smart. I can't, seriously, my ultimate ability isn't activating.
Kneel before the light.
Shut up. Nice, that is actually healing me quite a bit. I have a feeling I need to break these orbs for some reason. Could you stop stun locking me for like 2 seconds?
Kneel before the light.
Actually, I'll do no such thing.
In death.
Oh, there we go. Woo! I was so focused that I stopped being able to talk smack there for a sec. That's when you know that I was clutching up there for a bit. But thank you. Sorry for interrupting service, kind citizens. You're free to go. There's snacks on the gate when you leave. His defeat unlocked the jewel crafting table and allowed me to spend a blood point to unlock Sanguine Coil, which looks to me like a pretty decent healing ability. One boss remains for Act 2, that being Octavia the militia captain, who we almost bumped into that one time. Remembering that, I booked it to the Dunley Bastion, wanting to make use of my potion buffs that are still active. So on day 82, I began to cleave my way through the guards of the Dunley Bastion who stood no chance before me. I have now encountered Octavian under better circumstances and begin the battle immediately. Alright, no time to waste. I've heard some bad things about you. But the sun is about to be up, so you have no time to waste. Lock ya. How you like that? Woo.
To me.
Whoa.
Here's an old trick.
Oh, you copied me. Oh my gosh. Holy. Hold still. Like 2 seconds, please. All right, I healed. Honestly, I'm surprised. I'm actually gonna do it. Whack up, bitch. Perish by my hand, heathen. That is Act 2 finally completed. I'm surprised. That's actually not too bad.
After proudly declaring myself the victor, I plundered the ever-living hoo-ha out of this place, for its juicy goods now belong to me, at least that's how I like to see it. Looking at all the items that I got, I see that I got 2 Tier 2 Ice Jewels, a book for Crimson Templar leggings, amongst many other goodies. This victory unlocked me a Storm spell point, which I used to unlock Lightning Typhoon, as I think I may have a jewel for that back home. I also unlocked an Ancestral Forge, used to restore shattered weapons, like that whip that I have. To reach Act 3, my gear level needs to reach level 60, which I am very close to achieving. It was first at nightfall that I finished looting the bastion of all of its valuables. This place was a literal treasure trove. As soon as I got home, I unlocked a garlic resistance potion, a pendant of the warlock that helps me with chill, I definitely am going to be using that, as well as the Duskwatcher chest guard and those leggings that I had gotten in the fight. Here is where I chose the Frost Barrier spell in place of the Frost Bat, as it helps me defend from attacks while attacking with frost spikes. The jewel I equipped lets it apply freeze, and by hitting affected enemies, it applies shields, which is perfect for my passive. The next day, I made the Crimson Templar leggings, and with them on, I am at a gear score of 59. So close to the goal of 60. I then crafted a few more Scourge Stones, and with them, I made the new Scourge Stone pendant, which was used to make the pendant of the Warlock. I was pondering on what the heck I could do to reach a gear score of 60, but I had an idea. Not sure if this is going to work, but I ended up gathering up all of the silver coins that I had, and made my way to the Dunley Market. My intention was to look through the books that were for sale, because maybe one of them would teach me a recipe of a new item that would make me reach a score of 60. However, this trip was for nothing, as I'm short on even the cheapest purchase. I do see that there's a book for a merciless iron whip though, which I'm going to need if I ever want to use that shattered whip that I got. Desperate for some quick silver coins, I made my way on over to the Dunley Monastery to plunder all their donations. And of course, I just had to visit the church on day 84 to collect their long overdue taxes.
Gonna wander on in here, steal the loot in front of the boss. Screw it, it's way too slow. No patience. There, 6 coins, nice!
I was done with the monastery in the early morning, so my next target would be right next door, that being Mosswick Village. That place was plundered till the brink of extinction, and at the main hall, got my hands on 2 chests with hefty amounts of silver coins, along with plenty other valuable items. This is exactly what I needed.
Hey, what the heck? A Red Riding Hood! What? Oh, it's a maid scarf! Look at me!
At sundown, I took on the human disguise and returned to the market, ready to go ballin'. For starters, I bought the Dark Magus Gloves book. This brings me down to 28 coins, so I do not have enough for the whip book, but I can't make it anyway since I need even higher tier items to craft it, so it's all good. With this obtained, I make my way on home, reaching Fort Flea at midnight. 85, and I unlocked the 2 Dark Magus pieces in my inventory, and of those, made the gloves. With these made, my gear score is now level 60, bringing me on par with the bosses at the beginning of Act 3, so the hunt can begin once more. I should now be able to face Ziva the Engineer, which will unlock a lot of technological advancements, but most importantly, radium alloy that I need to make this whip. With a few more potions at the ready, I begin to head north, all the way to that one waygate that I got, where we saw that one flesh golem, the south of Gloomrot. Cautiously, I make my way through this wretched hellhole, but got lucky to manage and loot an ornate gold chest for silver coins, and oddly enough, tech scrap that I have not seen before. This is the exact same place where I lost my one horse that time, and it's been waiting here for me ever since. Together, we rode forth. This place is unlike any that I've come across until now. There are even electrical wires along the roads. Eventually, I did reach a large camp where humans attacked me with all sorts of bizarre advanced weaponry. Once I broke through the front gate, I found myself at the Transcendum Machine Factory. Seems like the perfect home for Ziba. Fighting through this ginormous compound was difficult enough in its own right, so I'm a little bit worried about how the boss fight is going to go. At least nighttime set in quickly, so that is one thing less to worry about. And I ain't complaining that this place is littered with silver coins. But these surely aren't unprotected.
Whoa, what the heck is that? Hello? What the fuck is you? Oh dear lord. Okay, this would be a good time to use a healing potion. Until I figure out what the heck is going on. Okay, so it's just a robot. For a second, I thought we aggroed the boss. Autobots. Die. Dang, that almost killed me.
Sanguine regeneration.
I ran out of blood before the boss fight even starts.
I find the main facility where the boss is located at midnight, so it's time to head on in. In preparation for the fight as day 86 began, I ended up causing a bit of a whoopsie-daisy, so I ended up accidentally drinking a healing potion. I then drank Reggie's blood, which is what I actually wanted to do, so that's one potion down the drain, but I also got all my other boosting potions at the ready, and then begin the brawl. I made sure to clear out anything on the way in, so in case I do need to escape, it should be easier. In the furthest room of this complex, I spotted Ziva, looking incredibly decked out on gear, so I need to be incredibly careful.
Okay, well, your little arena setup here has me a little bit worried. My gut feeling tells me these little dudes are gonna come alive. So with that in my gut feeling, let's get this party started, shall we?
Want to help me test something?
I don't want to help you with anything.
Let's try this one out.
Please don't. Oh boy. Oh, of course it just. Oh, oh, comes back. Does this follow me? Oh my gosh.
Oh, this time. Time for something new.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
This is fun.
Woo. Just barely healed that one. Oh, oh, I fell for it. She burned through my ice barrier. Oh boy.
This'll be good.
No, oh, not good. Not good.
I know exactly what I need.
I gotta heal.
Can't outrun this.
Oh my gosh. Holy. What? Ain't no way. Ain't no freaking way. I am so far from a waygate. What the fuck?
So, yeah, that happened, yeah. Sure did. My nearest waygate is so incredibly far away, so as soon as I respawned, I just booked it on back. Upon my arrival, I changed up my skills just a little bit. I put back my frost spat to where the shield spell was, since I noticed that the shield does not really work against the flamethrower. I'm lucky enough that the grunts have not respawned yet, so I got my stuff in the corner and go in for round 2.
Okay. My trusty bat is with me now.
Don't
This
go
should
down
pile
too
on a
fast on
bit
me.
more damage compared to last time. Okay. You know what? This might be the trick. Just try and stay glued onto it. That electric ball almost kills me. It's glued. Oh my gosh. No, I'm dead. Will you get off of me, you freaking ball of lightning?
Scramble.
Of course, of course. Why can't I use my ultimate ability? I can't. I'm pressing my ultimate ability constantly. It just doesn't activate.
So yeah, I meet my demise yet again. Death by confusion. See, I was spamming my ultimate ability, but it wasn't triggering. I first much later realized that I need to target myself for it to work all the time. In my panicked state, I was just rushing back to the boss, but like a drive-by, ended up looting a chest from the middle of nowhere and got my first tier 3 jewel for Soulburn. I didn't even know they could get this high, but here's where I had the idea to respec into my unholy skills. I got the Army of the Dead back, applied the tier 3 jewel to Soulburn, and equipped Death Knight. So let's see how this composition turns out, huh?
Hi! Okay, so I brought some new tricks to the party. I do hope you appreciate them. And before your lackeys come back, let's have the show begin, shall we?
Hello. Want to help me test something?
Here. Take that.
Let's try this one out.
Go, my people! Go! Yeah. Now her orb won't know what to do. Okay, well maybe it will know what to do because it's coming straight for me. Okay, this is good though. This is good though. I'm actually doing really good on health. I'm keeping her occupied. Oh, she could fly? What? Wait a minute.
New variables.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Going down.
All right, there she is. All right, I've reapplied my minions. This should give me enough time to heal while she's distracted. There are the health orbs. Get off of me. Ha ha ha, that's the trick. You just gotta dodge it correctly.
What's wrong this time? Let's try this one out.
Go, my Death Knight, go! The army is about to be here. Death Knight. Oh, go. Oh, ah! Army, go! Soulburn!
Come on, you stupid hunk of metal.
More knights! More knights!
One out.
Let's not test anything out. Soulburn, that heals. Of course you fly. Okay, not bad. Okay, you're gonna do that, and you know what? If you're gonna be cheesing, I'm gonna be cheesing. I'm gonna heal here. Okay, I want to get rid of you guys before I finish off Big Mama over there. Death Knight, you can actually take care of that.
Come on, you stupid hunk of metal.
Oh no, please, come back and don't heal. Please don't heal. Dear Lord, please don't heal. Good, good.
Can't outrun this.
No, come back. I don't want you to heal. Come back here. Did she just ruin her own ultimate? Guess what? Oh, wow. She almost got me with her shotgun at the end there.
Inconclusive.
Whew. Had me at point blank there for a sec. Jeez. Well, that's over with. All right. Not bad. I just hope the next tier 60 boss, being Domina the Blade Dancer, wouldn't be this rough. But as much as I would like to stay here and chit-chat with the locals, I have business at Fort Flea, so I make my return, galloping through the night, excited on what I might be able to do back home. On the way though, I went through the farms like a rabid storm and searched for a few more silver coins. Not a single soul was permitted to rest as day 87 began. My plundering for silver coins had me wreaking havoc across all those that came across my path. With a smidge of more looting, I managed to get to a total of 56 silver coins. You lovelies already know where this is going. I headed home for the remaining silver that I had, but here I was shocked to see that this trip was for nothing. I actually didn't have any more silver coins here. I think I had them in my inventory this whole time. Due to this mistake, the ones who need to pay are the citizens of Dudley. I didn't make a mistake, they just didn't pay me enough the last time that I was there. So, time to make them pay their taxes. Finally, after a lengthy search, it was day 88 where I got the last bit of silver coins that I needed. I noticed a carriage was just standing there defenselessly. So, like the good outstanding citizen that I am, I put it out of commission and got a slaughtering claymore, which is a lot like the whip that we're trying to make. There was tons of amazing loot as well that I got to get there, so much so that I struggled to decide what to keep in my inventory. I now have 132 silver coins, so if there was ever a moment to go shopping, it would be now. At daybreak, I entered the trading yard, going directly to the book merchant. Upon reaching him, I was devastated to see he didn't have the book for the merciless whip anymore, and not even for the great sword. Two things I need to learn to make the two broken shattered weapons that I have. I noticed he would get new goods in about 6 minutes, so I had to wait it out. I took this time to read up on these two shattered weapons. Once restored, the whip can apply Condemned, and the claymore applies Weakened. Condemn increases all damage to enemies, Weaken reduces the enemy's damage output. I might go with the whip because of how well it goes with my unholy build, but I like the greatsword so much. This is a real conundrum here. Needless to say, while waiting, I was incredibly anxious, not sure if the item swap would provide either of the books needed for the two precursor weapons I need to make. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. None of them. No! That swap hurt me so badly. It'll take around 3 in-game days for the items to change again, but I am not going to just sit around on my butt for all that time, as restoring any of these weapons will require radium alloy. Reaching home at the start of day 89, I got to rummaging around all of my stuff. I want to make the fabricator, but I am short of a few iron ingots. So off to the iron mine I go. Meredith was there again, but at this point beating her was a piece of cake. I cleaned the mine up of all its ore and proceed to head back to get that smelting. On my trip back with my haul, I noticed my boys are back from their missions. I'll have to see what goodies they have brought home to me. The first thing I did when I got home was to set the iron to smelt and then learn the plans for the merciless iron longbow. After that, I just made another large chest from my jewels because I am way overloaded with those by now. Of course, we can't forget to unload all the loot that the boys brought home, and once that was finally done, I got to making the fabricator. I need to make sludge-filled canisters here, and with them, I can make radium alloy in the furnace.
Also on the side, I used a ton of paper to unlock all sorts of blueprints at the research desk just to make use of all the stuff that I got. Thankfully, I had gotten some of the mutant grease that I need from my outings to Gloomrot, which means sludge-filled canister production is underway. Day 90, and I spent it in the workshop, grinding away at getting those radium alloy pieces that I'm going to need. One thing that I knew that I would be short of for the weapon upgrade would be some tech scrap, so I teleported to southern Gloomrot in the morning hours and saw that Domina the Blade Dancer was nearby, so might as well check out this boss. I ran through Rustlock Village where I noticed Domina the Blade Dancer with legs made of scissors was roaming around, but first I had to clear the area of these pesky mortals. When I finished them off, I saw that she was fighting a flesh golem outside and rushed for the chance to join on in.
Oh boy.
Where have you been all my life?
Oh, she's kind of freaky.
Aim!
What the fuck are you talking about, lady?
Come, sit, stay. Let's go for a spin.
Oh my gosh, my gosh, my gosh, my gosh.
It's playtime. I love it when you struggle.
Alright, I think I got this in the bag. As long as I don't die here, I'm good. Here's my army. Here you go.
What was the safe word again?
Oh, what the fuck? Hello? What is that kind of commentary, huh? Woo. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
I'm gonna push you to the edge. I love it when you struggle.
Oh, I'm struggling all right. Oh no! Oh! Please! Yes! Oh! That was close. That was so close. I am basically dead. I was so dead.
Taste of knowledge.
Taste of incredibly uncomfortable dialogue from this bitch. Dear Lord.
Once she was out of the way, I plundered the town, mainly for the scrap that I needed. I made sure to leave nothing unchecked. All of their loot would be mine. Once this entire village was ravaged, I made my way on a little bit further north just to check out northern Gloomrot, and here it seems that there is a constant thunderstorm ravaging the area. This place is stressful though, you gotta constantly watch out for the thunder falling from the heavens, but at least I got a waygate here in case I ever need to come back. Lightning ended up clapping me hard at the beginning of day 91, so I decided it is best to head on out of here, for I have no intention of figuring out if lightning does in fact strike twice. I arrived back home a bit before daybreak and began to craft that radium alloy. Thanks to this, I now have more than enough of this stuff to repair my shattered weapons. Also had a little side project going on since I made another skirt stone pendant, and I have plans for this, but I need more glass, so I teleported to the quartz quarry, stocked up on that resource, and finished my plundering of this place by midnight, so I took my leave. As day 92 began, I rushed back to the market in hopes to get a book for either the Merciless Greatsword or the Merciless Whip. And thank the lucky stars that I got my hands on one of those books, that being for the Merciless Iron Greatsword. With this book and the quartz in hand, I was amped to get back home to get to crafting. But you already know that I just can't resist to raid a caravan on the way home. Here I managed to loot a shattered mace, which I hope I get to make because this one actually deals chill. But I also got an item that I truly wish that I wouldn't have.
So I just spent my hard-earned cash on a book, and just as I bought it, I got it a second time. Oh, that's just my luck. That's just my luck.
Upon my arrival, I learned one of the two books of the Merciless Iron Greatsword. Let's just leave it at that. And then set the quartz to smelt into glass. And once I had enough resources collected, I managed to craft the Merciless Iron Greatsword. I then took a bit of time to make the advanced blood press, as I was going to need this to make primal essence down the line, which I set to craft. I then used the glass that I made to make a pendant of the Dawn Runner, which will play into the condemned ability for my skeleton summons. I had a bit of downtime while waiting for iron to smelt, so I respec'd my illusion spell school at the start of day 93. The reason was to learn the Veil of Illusion. Considering the new greatsword will deal weakened, this will play into that as well when used. With enough iron now smelted, I was able to place the Ancestral Forge, albeit outside since I had no more room inside my base. Into it, I placed the Shattered Slaughtering Claymore and restored it to become my faithful weapon of mass destruction. I noticed though that I'm able to upgrade it if I get a Dark Silver Greatsword, so something to take note of. Now having a look at it, it looks fairly normal. I expected it to glow or something based off of the icon, but I'm sure it'll still be an incredible weapon. With my gear level now at 62, I needed to get back on that bossing grind ASAP, so I am off to Gloomrot to face Angram the Purifier. Thankfully, as soon as I arrive, I see that he's nearby. It seems like he's located at the Pools of Rebirth. There he is, a hulking mech of sorts, and considering we're getting close to day 100, let's not keep him waiting now.
Okay, so you have a lot of friends. Let me just even out the playing field a little bit, okay? Be the first test subject of my new weapon. Whoa, 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 easy! Why is there so much fire? What the fuck is that? There's so much fire! What am I supposed to do?
Thankfully, I could respawn nearby, so I easily made my way back to my gear in order to try my second attempt. This would be under the cover of night, but first things first, I got to loot an incredibly good looking loot chest here and dealt with some of the lackeys in the area in hopes to have an easier fight. The chest had given me a tier 3 jewel for Power Surge, something that I'm going to try out later on. After healing up a bit, it was time for round 2, and I'll be sure to fight him alone this time. I was waiting for him, but saw that he had taken some damage from some mutated rats, so I threw myself into the fray once more.
Alright, if there ever was a good moment to do it, it'll be now. Oh my gosh, you hurt! What? I couldn't even do anything. What?
Respawning once more, I again quickly made my way back to get my dropped items.
I'm gonna try the Reaper and see if this does a little bit better this time. Keeping my distance. Trying to not stand in the AoEs. You know, basics. Stuff like that. Let them do the heavy work while I stand back and watch the show.
I am invincible.
Oh great, oh great, oh great, oh great, oh great. Oh go, 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 go. I gotta heal. Oh, he pulled me! No, he pulled me back in.
Day 94, and we're heading in for our 4th attempt. This time, I'm going to try to use the full ice build and just see how that goes, you know? With my items retrieved, I waited for him to engage in battle with more mutants before I would attack him when he's off guard. What I noticed is that he has a frontal shield that I think is doing most of the damage in the fight. So, with that knowledge, it's time to give it another go.
Okay, that's what hurts. I can't touch him when he's doing that. Just barely managed to heal there. Okay. Oh, come on! No, 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 not the fire guy! No, 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 no! I can't go! No, 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 no! No. 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 I'm dead. No. No way.
Now here's when I begin to question my sanity a little bit. Having a power level higher than Angram, yet still being so swiftly defeated, I'm not sure how to progress past him, if I'm being completely honest. Now, I was a smidge frustrated to see that daytime came in once I got my items back, but excited as I noticed that the coming night was a blood moon. Considering I'm a sitting duck here amongst the rays of blinding fucking sunshine, I decide to wait out the daytime hours, as this might be my only chance to defeat him. And luck seemed to favor your favorite vampire as a level 64 flesh golem appeared out of the goo.
What the fuck? Oh, this might be perfect. Hold on.
That is the perfect abomination to weaken the boss before I strike. I mean, it's even higher level than the boss itself, so I decided to go back to my roots, to be a true opportunity hunter, as if right on cue, our two adversaries would clash.
Go, Flesh Golem, go! You got it in you, buddy, I know you do! The Flesh Golem is actually higher level. Yeah, that's the thing, that frontal barrier's tearing the Flesh Golem apart. No, Flesh Golem, no! Stop fighting, Golem, stop! Okay, well that weakened him.
Oh no. Hold on. Okay. Nighttime is about to happen. I'm just going to wait and be cautious until the blood moon happens. Oh no! The sun! Okay. Take it easy. Heal up. No! Fucking burning in the fucking sun! Whoop! Okay. Now it's nighttime! Okay. You're armored up, and you know what? Me too! Fuck you! Two can play at this game. Use that time to heal. That one always fucking gets me. Dodge you! Nope, never mind. Heal. Done. He sounds like Dr. Robotnik from Sonic, honestly. Heal. Perfect. Nope, couldn't dodge that one. Look at that, what damage that does. That is fucking busted. Health orb. Now I'll just wait patiently for that to go away. Wait it out. Wait with my dodge. Because as soon as he's done with that, he does the one punch. That one.
I will destroy you.
Health orb. Got that health orb. Here he comes. There it was. Oh, seriously? You applied already? Oh, seriously? You reach all the way over here?
There will be nothing.
Ultimate?
Guard protocol.
Why won't it work? Why won't my ultimate activate? My ultimate won't activate. Heal. Got it. Go, 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 go. My ultimate will not proc, and I don't know why. There. Oh!
Die, 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 die. Everything burns.
Heal. Got it. Whoa, fuck! Oh, no, no, he has the shield. He has the shield. Oh, oh, oh! No! Fuck! Yes! Yes! No! You fucking bitch! Fuck you! You fucking taser! Fuck you! You have to be joking! Okay, I quickly respawned and rushed as fast as I possibly could, hoping to get to Angram before he recovered since that taser lackey downed me as I defeated him. If I went through all of that for nothing, I would be completely devastated. He's over there. I for a second didn't see where he was, but he's still down. Oh, thank God. Oh, my heart sank as I didn't see him by my bag. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Oh man. I was so incredibly stoked to see shattered flamelock pistols amongst the plentiful amount of goodies. Also, I have the knowledge to make the new tier of armor, that being the Dawnthorn Regalia. I had a quick glance at the bossing list, but sadly all of the next tier of bosses are incredibly far away, so I doubt I'll be able to fight them in this blood moon. So I simply rode out of this godforsaken, wretched place in the early hours of day 95. I just rode to wherever the winds would take me. My mind was blank after that mess. I think it is needless to say that this boss was our most difficult encounter. It's not even a competition. Logically, the first thing that I did upon my arrival back home was to look at the Dawnthorn Regalia, but sadly I do not have any of these items needed to craft the gear, neither the knowledge to produce them. So my only option here was to continue to hunt bosses, in this case being Ben the Old Wanderer, since he unlocks the ability to make pristine leather, one of the items needed for the new armor. I teleport to one of my waygates in the Cursed Forest, and Ben is nearby. My hunch was correct, since he also unlocks the Shroud of the Forest, so putting two and two together wasn't that difficult. However, this region truly ups the ante, as there are all sorts of abominations lurking in this forest. I perished right off the rip because of some simple wildlife that are lower level than I was. I have this tingly feeling in my gut that as of Act 3, the power scaling has gone insane. I was happy though to see that I was getting silkworms here amongst the trees, as I'm going to need that for special silk for the armor. What's even better is the wolves here have a chance of dropping pristine hide, which is needed for the leather. The fog at night became even thicker to my surprise, making the hunt for Ben more difficult.
I mean, it got so thick, in fact, that I can't even look at the map, as well as the mini-map is completely covered in the fog. I fought my way through the cursed forest blind as a bat, constantly at the verge of death.
Oh,
Catch me if you can.
what? No, don't tell me you're here. Please don't. Nope. This place is hell. This place is hell. It is not covered in fire and brimstone. It is covered with fog and luscious trees. Dear Lord, this place is a nightmare.
Day 96 rolled around and I swear I heard Ben taunting me.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Where are you, old man? Show yourself. I know you're here somewhere. Ooh, what's that? Uh-oh. What the fuck? Oh, there you are. Oh, don't tell me you're one of those that runs.
Come, have a look.
Shut up! Hold still, will ya? Kinda glad I brought ice, if he is affected by it. It's not that fast, though.
You're pretty fast.
Hold still! Uh-oh.
We'll be there.
Hold still. There. Freeze. Oh, crap. Of course, he walks away from my ultimate ability. That's just perfect. And I had to heal, so it's not too bad. You know what? I do really appreciate you not fighting back. That's honestly a breath of fresh air.
I like your teeth.
What? There you go. Again? Seriously. Well, the positive as well is that I aggroed everything in this forest before this fight started, so yeah. Everything else was taken care of before this, so sleep tight, sweet prince. Honestly, I'm gonna miss you.
The peculiar drop that I noticed upon defeating Ben was this exquisite heart. I'm assuming this is a prize item from high tier bosses, so let's see if we can repeat this, as my next opponent will be Ungora the Spider Queen. As expected, a spider lives in the forest, which is why she's nearby. As I was tracking this boss, I noticed that there are these wisps here and there that I can grab that, when on me, remove the curse of the forest, allowing me to see temporarily. I eventually stumbled upon a giant spider cave, definitely where a spider queen would reside, so I heal on up and hesitantly go on the inside. I dodge and weave and cleave through the spider nest, and thankfully I am inside the cave as daytime sets in. As I seem to be approaching the final layer, I popped my support and buffing potions and proceed. My biggest worry though is that I have no more healing potions on me, nor spare blood potions. There are so many rooms apparently though still lying between me and the boss, it feels like it just will never end. I even have to pop my ultimate skill just to make it through. But at long last, Ungora appears before me with a skull on her rear end. Quite fitting for what's to come, and I already know she's going to summon a lot of spiders, so this is definitely going to be a fight to remember.
Honestly, Mama, I don't have many words for you, because I already am dreading all of the nasty little tricks you have up your sleeve. I'm just gonna dodge and weave around this here. Hope you don't mind. I totally forgot to wait for my ultimate ability to be ready. That's a little bit of bad on my part. We're just gonna ignore that for now, though. How does that sound? Dear Lord, dear Lord, dear Lord. Why is there a human in here? The fuck are you doing? Oh, no. Nope, not doing this. Nope, absolutely not. That is not happening. Not today. Nope. I am going to spend my little bit of blood that I have to heal myself, and then, damsel in distress, you are at the right place at the right time for me. I don't have my good buff anymore, but at least I can heal. Okay, let's try this again. However, how about with my ultimate ability this time? How does that sound? Oh. Dodge and weave. Dodge and weave. Dodge. Oh, that was close. I almost had that. Oh, whoa, what is this? Oh, did I just block her ultimate with my ultimate? I really hope that's the case. If so, that would be really freaking cool. Oh my gosh. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. No way.
I cannot go on.
I can't do that. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Losing that attempt really set me back, as this means I need to go all the way into her domain just to get my items back. At least I managed to get the blood of a 99% spider along the way, so I have a little bit of a boost for my next attempt. If I make it to my items, that is. As I ran through the spiraling cave, I was relieved to see that none of the spiders that I had slain had respawned, making the trip back easier than expected. However, for my next attempt, I figured it would be perfect to use my army build. It just makes sense to fight an army with an army.
I want to get to my things. Could you not look over here for like 2 seconds, please? Just grab this. Take. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to pop my army, you pop yours, and we now for once have an even battlefield, huh? How does that sound? Seriously? Oh my gosh. Oh my god, 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 oh no! This is so rough. What the fuck is... This is AoE galore. I can't do anything. Easy. Easy. Okay. Whoa. Heldor. I can't do anything. I'm stuck. Fuck!
Death is not the end.
Day 97 had me on a stroll to get my items back, but this time I would swap out Death Knight with Ward of the Damned. I figured this blocking shield might be perfect to tank those shots of hers. Sadly, to make matters worse, all of the spiders in the cave have respawned, so I booked it just straight through them in an attempt to not get hit. Just barely got my items too, and just hid in the back of the boss arena until I was mentally stable to take it on again.
Let's try this another time with Ward of the Damned. Maybe, if I'll be damned, I don't die. I think that spawned in a little guy. Okay. Okay. Nice. I blocked pretty much all of that. I'm just slowed in all of these AoEs. Block, 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 block. Okay, block. Nope.
My equipment is in disrepair.
Nope. I can't do this. I can't fight it. That's it. That's my last attempt. I am incredibly done.
That loss fried my brain a little bit, ain't gonna lie. I had to take a step back and figure out what the heck I was doing wrong, because one thing I noticed about this game is that boss fights are 50% knowledge, 50% reaction time. However, I was relieved that I successfully retrieved my items and made my way out the back safely. Once I reached home, I simply repaired my gear and got more blood rose potions crafted. In the evening, I had a long thought as to what I can do as a last-ditch effort to at least slay this boss. This led me to throw out not just the undead army build, but also the frost build, as I made myself the Flamelock Barkers. These are chaos-infused pistols which ignite the enemy. It's time to burn this place to the ground, eggs and all. Logically, I respec the Chaos School to begin working on my new loadout. To start off day 98, I re-equipped the Pendant of the Night to get some life leech in, and then went with the following spell combination. I re-equipped Crimson Beam since that has never failed me till now in dealing damage and healing. Up next, I unlocked Power Surge since that is the only Chaos spell for which I have a tier 3 jewel. Veil of Chaos would be my dash for more igniting, and for my final spell, we will be using Sanguine Coil with a tier 2 jewel in order to get more healing in. A true burn 'em and heal 'em build it is, but I wasn't done there. I extracted Reggie's blood twice, killing him in the process, sure, but I have no time for weaklings. One thing I kind of really wanted to do for my build, but there was simply no time for, was to do a few rift incursions to get better passive abilities, but it's going to take 40 minutes for the next set to start, so sadly not gonna happen. I teleported to the cursed forest at daybreak and proceeded right into Angora's lair, rushing past all of the minions, incredibly nervous of the battle that is to come. I get a bit of practice in before the fight, that's what I told myself anyways, even having to use my ultimate just to survive. Having drank Reggie's blood, I then heal up and wait for my ultimate to recharge.
Okay, so the plan is the following. I am going to power surge, rush on in, burning the boss in the process, using all of my greatsword skills at that moment, and then switching to my flame lock barkers, as they're called, and retreat back and proceed to use my healing skills. That is the cycle that I'm going to try to get. Am I going to nail this? Absolutely not. I'm too nervous. So, yeah, with that in mind, let's give it a go, shall we? There we go. Powered up. I'm just going to power up again, you know what? Screw you. Alright, this is a perfect time to use my pistols. I'm going to use this as defense. Alright, I'm going to use my ultimate ability. That was a perfect attempt on it. Oh, boy. Alright, I'm going to heal with Sanguine Coil. And switch back to my greatsword. That basically killed me right there. Yep. No. That is ridiculous.
Logically, I went back for my stuff, but the boss was just camping my loot bag at this point. I did manage to sneak all of my stuff back, but with that, engaged in battle once more. However, one thing had me very frustrated, but this is entirely my fault. I totally forgot again that some of the skills on me, I need to activate onto my character, so I didn't know why they weren't activating. So that's totally my bad why I had to leave that engagement. I can't believe it's already day 99, but I am set on beating this arachnid. The one change that I made is that instead of using Power Surge, I'm going to use Aftershock since I have a good jewel for it. Now all of my skills are long range and heal thanks to their upgrades. I return to make another attempt. This time, I will be keeping my distance.
I'm not nervous at all. I don't know what would give that away. I'm doing just fine. Just so dandy. Okay, here we go. Melt, 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 melt. To the side. Heal. More heals. Get out of that. More heals. Dodge and shoot. Get rid of the underlings. Heal. Nope. More heals, more heals, more heals. Knocking them back is doing so good, though. Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh, great. How did you pull me all the way from there? Heal. Oh, my gosh. Oh, great. Oh, no. No, 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 no. 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 Fuck! That was so close.
For my next attempt, I will be swapping out Aftershock for Shadow Bolt. Same principle, let's see how this one works. These attempts are frustrating as every time I gotta cast a spell, the smaller spiders keep getting in the way. I've lost track of how many attempts I've done on this in this day. However, I had a good idea that eventually led to my victory. I simply swapped out Sanguine Coil with Ward of the Damned. Evidently, I'm not healing enough, so might as well block the damage and summon in more minions. Let's see how this approach goes.
There we go. Summon in some ads. Myself. Dodge, 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 dodge. Very good. Oh, crap. I dodged wrong. There we go. Summon in all of my warriors on your biggest attack. How you like them pappled, huh? Blocking my line of fire.
Put a little bit of distance in. Heal off of the ads. Okay, go. And she canceled it. She canceled it with her pull. Nope. So close. So close.
This is it. Day 100, and that fight was so close. A bit of a wrong timing with that spell, sure, and that cost me the entire fight, but seeing how close I got to taking Ungara down, I head right back in to get my items and begin for what I'm hoping to be the final fight against this bitch. Weaving my way past all of her minions, I make my approach. Let the final showdown begin!
Hamid! Of course you cancel it, you stinking bitch! Yes! Oh, finally! Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit! Oh my gosh, I am exhausted. Brother in Christ.
I feel stronger.
I feel pooped.
That victory is entirely given to Ward of the Damned. It has officially been given the title Best Skill by yours truly. This is not factual, purely emotional. And what this win has unlocked me is the spider form, which looks incredibly sick. I am a massive fan. It even lets you dig underground and unlocks a volatile arachnid spell. As excited as I am to see this, I think I've seen enough spiders for a good long time though. Absolutely beat. I made the incredibly long journey home one final time. I reached Fort Flea, greet my army of horses, execute Ruby.
Your services are no longer needed.
And decided for my final evening, I would make use of these last two boss kills and set pristine leather to craft along with the newly learned silk. And that is it, my lovelies. This is where day 100 ends. So there it is, our journey has come to its end, and just to toss this in, this is how the chest and legs with the new armor look like. Got to a total level of 64. I had so much fun playing this game and can definitely see myself playing more of it since I feel like there's just still so much more to experience. Sure, I didn't reach Dracula the final boss, but that just lets me conclude that this game would be incredibly enjoyable with some allies, so invite your friends to make a powerful clan of vampires. Thank you so very much Stunlock Studios for sponsoring this adventure. I had a blast. And thank you to our lovely patrons and channel members that continue to support the channel every month. I am forever grateful for the support. However, that is all from me for now, folks. I will be seeing you very soon. So take care now. Bye-bye.